2020. Sea Duckling Open number 81. Right here on the CranKy Ducklings, I am your host, Steelmold. Still like the metal, mold like the thing you put the metal in so that it retains its shape when it cools down. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend so far. We are getting ready to cast Yakuzaku versus DARKWATCH, otherwise known as otherwise known as Eunice. Okay. Let's see. Make sure everyone's ready. Good luck, have fun. There we go. We can get on with it. As usually, on observing / streaming / admin / moderation / information, the wonderful 16th Squad Sanseki, otherwise known as Kuro, otherwise known as Krupp, hero of the wasteland and savior of esports, it is Krupp. Say hi to everyone. Well, you can. When you can, wave to the audience. When you get actually in game and you can wave to the audience. Because she can wave to the audience. She can't now because we're still loading. Well, the loading screen, and then it started again. All right, there we are. Yeah, she's waving to everybody. Hello. All right, we are, ladies and gentlemen, on a map called Pillars of Gold. For those who are not aware, the Pillars of Gold are the pillars which are holding the Golden Wall, which is another map entirely, but it's above this one. The pillars are holding it up. That's why you don't see the pillars, because they're above us. They go all the way up into the up to the sky, to the basement, to the underside of Golden Wall. That's how things are built. Actually, I'm surprised I haven't confused Golden Wall and and Pillars of Gold yet. It seems like a thing that I would confuse, especially when I set up lobbies all the time. Anyway, in the southwest corner of the map, all the way from Oman, it is not me, not you, not them. It is I, otherwise known as DARKWATCH. And in the northeast corner of the map, representing the CranKy Ducklings. God damn it! I didn't open the thing. Yeah, Kuro, why don't you remind me? Okay, this is a whole thing we have to go through. Here's the imitation innovation, the Tasia from Asia, the Mel Torme of MMA. He's not as funny as Bunny. He's the Terran Iagus, the one fine young Ryung, the Kelajur from Singapore, the TY Chicken Pie, the 4GG. Is more meme than dream, the slightly more crappy happy, the trash flash with no cash, the M to the K to the P, Marine King Pug, the captain of the Rain Pain Train, the lean mean keen machine, the immature cure, the not as smart as heart, the young adult Bolt is more of a beauty than Mystic Cutie, the co-creator of the Daishibe, we couldn't find a pun for Byan, and the Masa from NASA, but we just call him Yakuzaku. That list is getting almost as long as the Yakuzaku intro. Alright, so both players are opening up standardly. Nothing too shenanigans. We're going to see an Enjube block here. Or just a spazzing SCV. Alright, Yaku's switching to go and build a tech lab there. Starting up a starport. And we're going to see some Banshees. He's a fan of this kinds of stuff. He's a Banshee fan. He's also a Raven fan. Raven would be nice. Something that's kind of... it has dropped out of the meta, the Raven harassment. That Marine did not need to die, Yaku. It's a shame it did not have enough insurance. Okay, this one Zergling doing a hell of a lot of damage, you know. The SCV on the other side of the map died as well. So, a nice start for I. Not me, as in I, it's DARKWATCH. But let's say going for a quick lair there. Does get a third base, so it's not like a two base weird thing. We are getting a third. But this could still be some kind of an all-in, getting the third base just for larva. Although it would have taken, I'm guessing, how many? Yeah, there are 3 guesses. So it could be some kind of roach all-in, but it would have gotten a roach all-in by now. Yeah, no. So it's not that. Maybe link drop? Could be link drop. I mean, I's getting a lot of Zerglings and no other tech at all. Can't see what you would get from the lair at this point other than like Overlord, Droplord technology, or Ignitus. No, it's got a quick spire. And yeah, it's gotten a fourth gas, so should be good on that. In the meantime, Yakuzaku is sending out some Hellions and a Liberator, going to multi-prong. He likes to say the word multi-prong. He likes to try doing it. Doesn't always work. Gotta have a lot of coordination for that. So poking with the Hellions, the Liberator is sneaking into the main. Sneaky. Let's see if it actually... Yep, I is distracted. And the Liberator is starting to rack up some kills. 5, 6 drones, and no response yet from DARKWATCH. 8 drones dead, 9 drones dead. Oh boy. Okay, there's the response. Finally, a Queen is waddling its way all the way here. The Hellions actually are lurking outside the third base. Could have actually dove into the natural right now, and yep, that's exactly what they're doing. Well, the Liberator is being positioned. He also scouts the Spire, which is nice. It's good information to have. He's getting double NG Bay, so he's gonna have turrets and everything. Steam is on the way. Plenty of Marines. Didn't actually go for a Raven or a Banshee, just put a reactor on that starport, and we'll now have plenty of medivacs for the bio to be healed by. But I is getting a bending nest. He's getting bending speed. Does have a bending nest and getting bending speed. This were the words I wanted to use. Let's see. He's not making the bendings at home. He's gonna try and use them defensively. And they don't have spades, and so they kind of have to be on creep to be effective. I is moving into Yaku's base here with some Mutalisks. There's not a lot of Mutalisks, only 6 of them. DARKWATCH isn't making all my... that was a Widow Mine there that DARKWATCH managed to dodge. So yeah, so Yaku is pretty well prepared for these Mutalisks. He got some turrets, enough for this amount of Mutalisks. It doesn't look like DARKWATCH is committing to Mutas though, so if Yaku is overreacting to the Mutalisks, that might be something that will go in DARKWATCH's favor. The thing is, like, anything you would get against Mutalisks as a Terran, other than turrets, is good against everything else, basically, at this point. Because, you know, you just get more Marines. Or, you know, you get a Thor or something. Yeah, there's some drones with these buildings. They're just hanging out. Yeah, so Yakuzaku feeling comfortable to push. Now, we didn't get any tanks. It just says pure Marine, Medivac, and a few Widow Mines. Oh, it's gonna have to start a step in. Oh, split puppy. Oh, it loses pretty much everything. Some of it to the actual Widow Mines. In the meantime, the Mutalisks are going in, but that's not a lot of Mutalisks, and 2 turrets in the main should be well enough to prevent too much damage. I don't want to snap this refinery, but yeah, that's about all they can do. But considering DARKWATCH didn't take any damage from Yakuzaku's attack and just managed to deflect it completely, This whole exchange did go in favor of DARKWATCH, as his army is getting bigger, his drone count keeps getting higher. Yaku did get an armory, so the Widow Mines are invisible, but even after they shoot, but yeah, doesn't this medivac to Oh, this is the same force that was there before. The same Marines, the same 2 Marines that survived the Baneling roll, the Baneling buy, and the Widow Mines. Basically, I think the only thing Yaku has going for himself right now is these Widow Mines. They're the only thing that's gonna actually defend him or prevent DARKWATCH from just rolling over Yaku, because DARKWATCH has the much better army supply, much better army. These Banelings are really scary. He has 32 Banelings. Like, he has more Banelings than Yaku has Marines. Yaku has 20 Marines right now. Yeah, it's not a good position. But the Widow Mines can change all of that with one lucky shot. Or unlucky shot, which can actually hit all of Yaku's Marines and kill them. You know, it's the Widow Mines. You can't really can't expect much from them. And this Mutalisk still doing so much work and harassment. And again, he only made, what, 8 of them in total. He has 5, wait, he has 5 and he lost, yeah, he lost 3. He's making a few more, but yeah, it's not like an apocalypse of Mutalisks. It's still just a problem of Mutalisks. And they are, in fact, being a problem, which is good. And Yaku is picking up. That's one of the advantages of having like a pure marine composition. It rebuilds itself. You know, it's not too complicated. You just click A a lot. A to make him, A to move him. It's the only button you need. It's a quote by Yakuzaku. Alright, this drop going to find the 4th base, the 5th base, 4 out of 5 bases. Exactly, DARKWATCH double expanding there. Yeah, DARKWATCH really doesn't mind losing this. Might mind losing all of these drones, but yeah. Actually, he's coming back. DARKWATCH brought the entire army back to handle this, and that was unnecessary. Just holy crap! 47 Banelings as he's making 10 more. He's going to have 57 Zerglings. He's going to have more Marines, more Banelings than Marines. Okay, but the Widow Mines, the Widow Mines are kind of an equalizer here. The orbital is going to get lifted, so the Banelings can't reach it, but they do manage to reach the army there. Not enough splits, puppy. Not enough splits in the world. But even... Oh, the Banelings are not, they're not on A command. They're not allowed to explode until the Overmind says so. And you get to the natural mineral line. Yaku losing a lot of workers, but he should be able to clean this out. Between the Widow Mines and the amount of Marines that he has, he can clean this out and actually retaliate, because a lot of I's army supply was just Banelings, and they all exploded. There were 57 Banelings, 28 died. Which means that, doing quick math, it's 29 of them. 29 Banelings hit them, like, exploded offensively on something. Here comes more Banelings, gonna bait them into Widow Mines, but DARKWATCH is not taking the bait. Try and clean some creep. Actually, the Queen tanking for the Widow Mines. Oh, nice hits there. Very good hits by Yakuzaku, but yeah, it still doesn't have enough to punch through and do damage, and there's no detection from I don't know. DARKWATCH has one Overseer, and it's hanging out above Yakuzaku's base. It's not actually, you know, looking for Widow Mines, which it can't. Oh, the Banelings are gonna die. Yeah, that's it. All the Banelings are dead. DARKWATCH has no Banelings. And Yaku just moves in. He just clean everything up. Look at the army supply now. Again, the advantage of having a pure marine army is make them all the time. You constantly just make them. You can actually kill all of these. He doesn't want to take the risk. He wants to bait them into the Widow Mines. Yeah, there we go. Take the bait. Bam. And... last one doesn't connect. He's dropping marines on them to blow them up. Yeah, but again, all the banelings are pretty much dead. This is the last one. And DARKWATCH only has... I mean, it's not Link Bane Muta, it's just Bane Muta. It's it's a Muta Link Bane without the Link. It's Link Bane Muta without the Link. It's all of these things, but without the links. Bam! Oh! These Widow Mines are just doing so much. 90 banelings died in this game. That means 90 banelings did not detonate offensively. They were killed. Because the ones that detonate do not show up on the units lost tab. They do show up, however, in the resources lost tab. You can see this. Holy crap! Yaku lost 700 gas this game. DARKWATCH lost 4,700. Just the trades are just so badly in favor of Yakuzaku, but DARKWATCH just has a gigantic economy to support that. And Yaku, I mean, he raced ahead in upgrades, but kind of stopped. Both of them stopped getting any upgrades, and he wasn't quite able to actually hit DARKWATCH where it hurts. I mean, he killed one of his hatcheries, but and well, two of his hatcheries, but one wasn't even saturated, and the other was barely saturated. And DARKWATCH just still has the more than double worker count. Yaku has the bigger army supply, but if he just stays complacent here, he's just going to die eventually. I don't. Wait, that's a planetary fortress, right? That's a weird skin. I've never seen that. It looks so different. It doesn't look like a planetary fortress. I was wondering why it was shooting. I thought it was an orbital command. That's weird. Hold on, I want to see the orbital command. Oh, the orbital command just looks like a regular orbital command, but with like brass stripes. Yeah, that's weird. I don't like skins. Another great Widow Mine hit, but still enough Banelings and Mutalisks to chase this attack away. And again, Yakuzaku just not getting the damage, even though he has the way higher armor supply, even though he manages to clean out these Banelings every time. It's just too volatile for him to push through. And yeah, he can actually assault that base in the 9 o'clock position. I don't know. I grew up with digital watches. I don't really know the clock directions. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of a boomer thing to use analog watches. I know where the hours are. I know 6 o'clock is behind you. But that's about it. Alright, here comes the assault finally. Does take out the base, but might end up losing this dire armor here. No. He's got the Widow Mines to protect himself. He's also multi-pronging in the 9 o'clock base? Yeah, 9 o'clock base. I'm trying to find an analog watch somewhere in here, but I can't find it. I don't have one. I'll have to draw one for myself. Oh, yeah, actually, the Widow Mines go down to the Banelings. DARKWATCH going back, afraid of Widow Mines, but the guy doesn't realize he killed all of them. This is a bit lucky for Yaku, because otherwise it would be... this force would be dead. Like, really. Alright. So where is this going now? Both players are starting to get their upgrades again. Level 3. DARKWATCH is going with an Ultralist Cavern, which should work well. given that he already has the melee upgrades and the ground carapace. Yaku's getting ghosts with he's getting EMP. I'm guessing he's afraid of vipers? What? We did have an infestor somewhere in this game. We still have 2 of them. I don't know if Yaku actually saw them or if they did anything, because I haven't seen any fungals or anything in this game yet. I mean, fungaling a whole bunch of Marines and then running into them with Banelings is... Whew, that's a pretty emasculating... a pretty emasculating move. It leaves you dead and tilted. But this base is just gonna get destroyed, and all these drones are gonna die again. DARKWATCH did make a lot of drones beforehand. Widow Mines still not enough. Oh, no splits. These Banelings just clear out everything. The Widow Mines are not enough to clear it out. Here are the fungals. And Yaku just... Holy crap, he just lost about 80 supply of army. That was, yeah. This is what happens when you let the Zerg just hang out with a big, strong economy on 5 or 6 bases and just make Banelings. They just roll through. And now Yaku just doesn't have an army. There's 1 Ghost and 1 Widow Mine. A few more orders and Marines are just coming out, but yeah, that Ghost is gonna just die. Doesn't even get the snipes out. Chitinous plating has finished for DARKWATCH, so yeah, it looks like the Ultralisk is just going to kill everything. Yeah, the natural is floating away. Third is being killed. Yeah, this looks like it's done. Yaku was just on 30 workers this entire game, and 35 or something workers this entire game. He just did not remake his economy, and didn't do enough damage to DARKWATCH's economy. So even though DARKWATCH played very inefficiently, 133 Banelings died. That's 133 Banelings that did not detonate. Yeah, that's you know, that's what happens when you let the Zerg get away with economy. Now they're going to just kill this planetary fortress without much trouble. GG's called. And DARKWATCH will take game number 1. Yeah, there's definitely a huge window of opportunity for Yaku to retaliate after DARKWATCH lost his entire army of Banelings. But you know, just he was too complacent, and he let the Zerg have time, and you know, even though on paper DARKWATCH played very inefficiently, it just worked. Alright, so it's going to be Yaku's choice of a map. Let's take a look at the rest of the bracket. See if we have any updates. We don't. esReveR is going to be the next map. So set that up. We do have esReveR, the current reigning champion, the 7 times SDO champion, I'll have you know, has appeared today in the bracket to defend his title. Nope, did I? That wasn't an invite. Yeah. Getting lobby bugs again. Oh boy. Oh, did I not shoot you an invite? I hate this interface. It looks like he has lobby bug. Yeah, it's oh, let's try that again. Just Blizzard things. It's just a bug that was in the game for the past 10 years and hasn't been fixed because here's why. Oh, we do have an update. Armin wins 2-0 versus Emu Farmer. That is disrespectful to Australians everywhere. How dare you farm emus? How dare you make more of the enemies of the Australian state? Alright, both the players are ready. And let's get into game number 2. Yakuzaku versus... Not me, I. Those mine hits hurt my Zerg soul. Yes. Yes, and then robots. It's yeah. Oh, thing is a banning. That's a banning, right? The banner. Or is that a Leviathan? No, it's a Leviathan. Yeah, it's floating in space. It's a Leviathan. It kind of looks like a banning. Oh, right, everyone. Enough about bannings. We may never see them again. Probably will. Welcome to Ever Dream. And if you've ever had a dream, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. LE. Now, LE, in case you did not know, or you know, in case you were not made aware, LE stands for Lint Elders. Lint Elders. That's when you have lint in your pocket and of your pants. These are very old pants, so the lint balls that you have, they're elders. They're like boomer lints. They're like, why is just all these young lints coming into our pockets and taking our jobs? Back in my day, this pocket used to have, we used to have rocks in it. Now there's just phones and all these things. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. In the southwest corner of the map. Speaking of, I don't know where I'm going with this. The Pug Chop himself, representing the CranKy Ducklings. Our teal Terran is Yakuzaku. In the northeast corner of the map, our green Zerg, currently up 1 in this best of 3 series. He gave it up, not to me, not to you, not to them, because it is I. Alright. I, this time, going a little bit more aggressive. Sending out a bit of a team across the map. A team of Lings. 6 of them. A Link Team 6, if you will. That's what we call it. Yeah, Emu Farmer is a great name. Stealing the Australians. I'm assuming it's an Australian. I'm assuming you're Australian, Emu Farmer. This smells of Australian sense of humor. Yaku watching for that third base, seeing the Link Team 6, he gets the command center up on the high ground. Doesn't want to play it riskily. Did get a bunker up on the high ground as well. Factory is on the way, so a safety tank would probably not go amiss right here. Even delayed the reactor on the barracks just to get a few more Marines to fill up the bunker. And again, he knows that there's no third base, so, he's expecting some kind of 2-base all-in here from DARKWATCH. He's ahead in the series, so why not, try some cheesy aggressive strategy, but it just looks like DARKWATCH is making drones at the moment. Guess he realizes, okay, I got Yaku to bunker up, and I'll just macro up. Let him react to the defense and yeah, gets a third base. The Reaper is going to come in here, but it's not checking the third just yet. So Yaku still doesn't know about it. But Steam is on the way. There's a safety tank. Yaku feels perfectly safe right now. It kind of needs to shake out of it and go and get that second base set up. And oh, loses the Reaper. That's a bit of a shame. It did scout the main base, but yeah, I don't know how much information you really got out of it, other than, you know, seeing the gases being taken. I mean, it does see the spawning pool researching, but which kind of might signify, okay, it's not going roaches or something. It is trying to play a normal game because you get link speed. The only way you don't get link speed is if you're trying something incredibly cheesy, or incredibly aggressive, like skipping it in favor of roaches. But you know, you see none of that, so. Getting 1 NGB? Only 1 NGB. You don't want to get too many NGBs, otherwise you'll have... it's too Singaporean. It's too Singapore meta. I'm actually surprised he didn't get... Oh wait, did he... Did he... No, there's no Spire. He's just getting turrets blindly. He actually didn't... Did he scan for the lair? No, he has no idea that the lair is coming. Or that it's done. So yes, he just blindly counters the Mutalisks he's expecting to come. How many gases did I take? He did get 4 gases, so he might then go roaches again. Roachling. No, it's Hydroling Bane. Okay. Okay, Yaku sees the amount of banelings and realizes, nope, not going to be staying here. Okay, so DARKWATCH switching it up a little bit. Yaku got the turrets for nothing because it's just literally nothing they'll be shooting. Other than maybe Overlord, Dropper Lords. I don't know. I don't think DARKWATCH is going to go for that. But yeah, DARKWATCH is just pushing Yaku away. He will not be doing any damage here. It's enough banelings. DARKWATCH droning up hard again. It's going to be at almost double the worker supply, and Yaku stopped making SCVs. Hasn't even read 45 of them. He stopped making them. Yaku, please. He's going. This is more Yaku than Yaku usually is Yaku. But still, mules. Yes, Yaku. Mules are great, but you know, they're not that great. This time he's skipping the Widow Mines as well, which is it's gonna be rough. He's getting tanks though. Tanks are going to be helpful against the Hydralisks because you know they outrange them and they blow them up. So at least there's that. But it's got nothing against the Banelings. No Widow Mines, no beefy Marauders. Oh, it's actually getting... There's one Marauder. Just as I was talking about it, there's one Marauder is walking across the screen. And he literally has one in his army. That's it. It's a token Marauder, and it's injured now. Alright. Oh, he's actually getting ready to roll out his Banelings. Will the tanks be able? No focus fire with the tanks on the Banes, and the Banes will be able to clear everything up, and that used to be a Terran army. Ouch! I hope that fills your Zerg heart, Emu Farmer. That was emptied by the Widowmine hates of yestergame. This is yeah. That was a bop. That was a... Nah. I have 5 tanks, I have Marines, I even have 1 Marauder. Nah. Nah, I got Banelings, man. I got Banes. I got speed. You're standing on creep, man. It's not not gonna happen. Even I brazenly going for a hive as well. It's like a... alright, just kick it back and take up. Got 69 drones. Nice. Getting hydraulic range upgrade. Does get supply blocked by this overload kill. And so you make more overlords. Yeah, Yaku just has to rebuild his entire army. Oh, yeah, he's making more SCVs. Got 49 and he's making more. So he's learning, he's adapting. And he has rebuilt some of his army. He does have some tanks to defend, but just eventually when DARKWATCH moves out, he's just going to have so much. And I don't think he's going to have any lings. It's just going to be just pure Banes and Hydras. Alright, Yaku cleaning up some creep, but yeah, not doing damage. He's trying to circle around to get into the main. DARKWATCH not seeing it coming. This is a thick base on this map, and there's no vision on that corner. Maybe we just stim in. It should get quite a few kills here before this gets cleared out. Let's see how DARKWATCH responds. Actually, snipe a lot of this tech if he focus fires it. But oh, that was a huge baneling hit. And even though DARKWATCH lost 12 workers, he's still ahead in workers, still ahead in army. He's got that scary composition with tons of banelings. Oh, it's getting Vipers. It's the 10-minute Viper. Oh, and he's getting an Ultralisk then as well. It's about to finish, actually. This is... DARKWATCH is just speed running into the late game. And Yaku is still just making Marines and tanks and mixing in a few Marauders every now and again. Oh, he's just not in a position to counter anything that DARKWATCH is about to throw at him. And he keeps trying to drop, but DARKWATCH just bobs him away. Even that drop that killed 12 workers, that doesn't really bother DARKWATCH too much. He still has a huge supply. He's about to be maxed out. He actually cleared up some supply for more army. Getting lots of creep is nice, but yeah, this is the Vipers. So should at least start panicking. Yep, there's the Ghost Academy. But, I'm not sure if landing those EMPs is going to happen, because the move out from DARKWATCH is happening. Here comes the army. Link Bin Hydra Ultra Viper. Even this time has an Overseer with the army, just in case there are Widow Mines, which there aren't. Actually, Widow Mines here could have been really useful. Tanks, they're just going to get yoinked by the Vipers or not Parasite Bomb. It's blinding clouded. Cloud that blinds. Yeah, this is just a massacre. Look what they're doing to my boy. Yeah, the tanks are getting blinded on the high ground. I mean, the blinding clouds are done. These tanks... Yeah, no, the Ultralisk is enough to kill it. Maybe if the Ultralisks weren't here, the tanks would have been enough to kill the Hydralisks, but yeah, there's just way too much. Look at the armor supply. 108, 114 to 21. 30 SCVs go down. This would be a GG. Any second now. Even gets the infestation, not what it's called. Contamination on the barracks. Can't even meet Marauders. GG, well played, good luck. There we go. DARKWATCH takes the series 2-0 versus our very own Yaku of the Zakus, who played valiantly, but DARKWATCH is a pretty good player, as it happens. All right, waiting for DARKWATCH in the second round is Magnath. So we are going to be jumping into that. Magnath having taken Ashen one. The Ashen one. 2-0. Alright, just telling everyone that we're casting DARKWATCH versus Magnath next. I think that's EU? Question mark? Don't remember. Keep forgetting where everyone is from. My memory is garbage. Yeah, Magnath is from Egypt. Yeah, so huh. Let's ask the players. Yeah, we did play on Singapore now. I think it's just because from Oman, between Oman and Singapore is better than America. Because that's like, Oman isn't exactly EU. there's like 5,000 miles between them or something like that, or 7,000 miles. I don't know, depending on where you go. Yeah, okay. So let's make sure Magnath is with us, because I know he's in chat, but there's 2 minutes delay on stream. Okay. Okay, so the game just finished on stream, so we should know. There we go. So all right. Magnath is like, yes, please, enough 250 ping for me. Yeah, EU is not that EU is the most stable of servers. Okay, let's switch to EU. Here. It's a server with no sub-servers. You can make parties. Look at that. Kuro is so quick. I was just clicking invite to party. One day I will defeat you, Kuro. And be the party leader. She says, you wish. I am not fast enough. I am not bot mode fast enough. So we have Yosemite spam is DARKWATCH, right? Remind me again. Can't remember everyone's different aliases. No, it's Magnath. God damn it. It's just asking me, also Steelmold, why do you forget that I'm Egyptian and Protoss ever stream? Because my memory is bad. Alright. There we go. We have DARKWATCH here as well. We can actually set up the game. Our first map is going to be the submarine. Or as Yaku calls it, the LE submarine. Get it? We all live in an LE submarine. An LE submarine. An LE submarine. It's the dumbest joke. I love it. all credit goes to Yaku. Absolutely brilliant. All right, everyone is here. We have party going. See if our players are ready. To group please or not to group please? Well, in case you did not know. All right, start the game. In case you did not know, you can spend channel points, otherwise known as grapes, on a group please. There we go. Garboham just spent their points on a group, please. 16,000 points, and Kuro will cast a game. If she's available and if it's possible, you know, there are caveats to this, and there's only 3 of them per tournament. So use them wisely. All right. Usually, I like to get the group plays for her when there's a ZVZ. Just you know, the personal touch. All right, everyone. Welcome once more to LA Submarine. LE, just in case you do not know, stands for latch elimination. Latch elimination. That's when you have like a door and it has a latch lock on it, and you're like, no more of these latch locks. I am eliminating them. No one shall have locks anymore. That's my decree. Latch elimination. In the northwest corner of the map, all the way from the land of Oman, it is our green Zerg. Not you, not them. It is I. And in the southeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Egypt, representing Platinum Heroes, it is our pink Protoss, here known as Yosemite Spam. Give it up for Magnath. It's getting a forge, but it doesn't look like it's going to be, or is it? It's not going to be a cannon rush. It's too late for that, and it's just going to be either pretending to do a cannon rush or, well, maybe just a, you know, a contain on the natural. Just get a cannon here just to get a cancel on the natural. I don't know how well that's going to work. I mean, I did get the hatchery first, so, you know, the response is going to be delayed, and DARKWATCH is not pulling any drones to defend this. Oh, they're gonna pull 3 just now. So not taking this too seriously, getting Zerglings. But yeah, it's not going to fall for this. Letting the hatchery finish. Actually, a lot of these workers aren't even attacking the cannon. That's maybe a mistake, but maybe DARKWATCH is being a little too complacent. Okay, but does take 1 cannon down. Second cannon should be going down rather quickly as well. It's actually targeting the drones, not the Zerglings. Yeah, there we go. Now it's attacking the Zerglings. Should be going down. Yeah, but the Queen is on the way. Queen from the main. These Zerglings should be killing this rather quickly. There we go. So all in all, not the most efficient of trades here by Magnath, losing 2 cannons and a pylon for some Zerglings and a few drones. Especially since DARKWATCH did not over-respond to this. Did not pull all of his drones away from mining. Yeah, it did delay making drones though, so that's an issue because Magnath has been making a lot of probes while this was going on, just basically macroing up. Is he going to have enough to withstand the retaliation by DARKWATCH? Because the Baning Nest is being finished, and DARKWATCH has a lot of lings, you know? Link speed is about to finish as well. This wall could quite easily get busted. There is a starport, not starport, Stargate, yes. No, Stargate was the correct one. Yeah, Stargate. Follow-up from Magnath. Still kind of low on gases though, so not a lot will be going out of that. I suppose it's going to be an Oracle, but yeah, DARKWATCH is just going to have so much. Yeah, it's not even going to bother surrounding that adept. It's going to go straight into the wall, get the banelings. There are some backup pylons. And Magnath is shoring up his defenses. The shield battery is about to finish. There's no energy on that Nexus though, so there's not going to be any shield overcharge. There's the bust. Oh, actually it does have enough for the shield overcharge, and it's actually saving that forge. It has 27 health points. And it got recharged to full shields, and it actually stops. It stops the bust. Holy crap. I didn't think... Wait, can you use... use the energy from the other Nexus. I thought you had to use the Nexus that is closest to the shield battery. I didn't know you can use the energy from a different Nexus to charge a shield battery that's next to another Nexus. Yeah, yes, you live and learn. Now there's a gateway explosion for Magnath, so he's definitely getting prepared to make his own assault. Double Oracle is just hanging around, trying to find any banelings being set up by DARKWATCH. Sees nothing and just goes across the map and might get some damage done. There are only 2 queens for DARKWATCH. Does have some spores though, so Magnath is going to have to be careful. Not careful enough. Does lose one of these oracles, which is unfortunate. Getting a Phoenix now. I usually want to get the Phoenix first to start clearing out overlords, but yeah, Magnath had to do something to withstand the baning bust that was coming. We got the oracles instead. Now getting the Phoenix, so finally we'll be able to clear out these pesky spies. Magnath, DARKWATCH is setting up around the third base locations. Oh, it's gonna be a baneling drop. It's gonna see a Kuro overlord. There is a Roach Warren for DARKWATCH, but I don't know how well he'll be able to transition for that. And also, Magnath is getting did get a robotics facility. Still don't know what he's going for with there, but if he starts to make immortals, then roaches won't exactly be the best of solutions. Blue beam of healing, yes. It's actually green. It's the green. I mean, I see it as green. The shield overcharge. Am I delusional, or I don't know? You tell me. All right, the Kuro overlord is loading up. Let's see how well Magnath responds to that. Still doesn't see it. There's no Phoenix here to lift up these banes. Oh, nice evacuation. The Overlord is not going to find a lot of kills here. And here's the Phoenix. So this Overlord is on a timer. Actually, no, good response. This is a lot of lost mining time from Magnath, though. So this is having some effect. Is it going to be? They're all stacking up. Oh no, panic. Okay, in the main 8 probes die. So that's not bad. And actually, all of these are very low in health, as well as some of the probes in the natural. So a Ling run by could do a tremendous amount of damage really, really quickly. But yeah, this army moving out for Magnath is pretty scary. Oh, the roaches are moving out. They're getting caught. They're not going to be in position to defend. They're going. DARKWATCH is going to try and defend the third base here. There are no Ravagers. These are speedless roaches with no upgrades. Force fields not the greatest. Okay, now they're starting to be better, forcing the roaches to be split up and not be in good range to attack. Zealots are moving in as well. It's gonna be a nice buffer for the Stalkers. GG is called, and Magnath will take game number 1. Yeah, that one shield battery overcharge. Alright. Let's see what the next map is going to be. The Bane drops killed 8 workers. That did, you know. Some Baneling drops don't even do that. But yeah, but considering Magnath's response was so quick and it was so prepared, like it's so responsive to where the overload was going and where his workers are. Yeah, it did quite a lot of damage, but yeah, it's just not enough. It was too little, too late. Yeah, Magnath is asking how many probes he lost. 8. It's like, I'm canning God. If all Protoss stuff is warped, are they pre-built elsewhere in an IKEA-style factory? Yes. The answer is yes. Yep. That's the Protoss lore. Let's hurry up the map selection here. Elsewhere on the bracket, by the way, have tommygun winning 2-0 versus Legend K, and then 2-0 versus our very own CranKy Duckling DARKWATCH, and is already waiting in the semi-final for Rainforest or Armin. Fruitsy Trist winning 2-0 against Blade, and is now facing the current reigning Sea Duckling Open champion esReveR in the second round. The winner of which will face one of these 2 players that we are casting right now in the semifinals. Okay, Death Aura. Death Aura is going to be our next map. I like when players choose Death Aura, because then I get to do the voice thingy. Hashtag caster things. Alrighty then. Let's see if both the players are ready. Let's get into game number 2. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, Kuro is saying she's amused by professional players just choosing death. And like, which map do you want? Death. It's the millennial choice. Death. Don't forget to hydrate your hydras, everyone. Especially when you're solo casting. Gotta remember that. Yep. Alright, everyone. Welcome to Death Aura LE. LE, of course, just in case you were not aware of. Stands for, oh yeah, Kuro is supposed to cast. Just remember. Garbaham, redeem the group, please. LE stands for Lonesome Eraser. Lonesome Eraser. That's when you have one of those erasers like you had when you were a kid in school and don't use them anymore, so you just put one like in a drawer or something and it's just all alone there. You never use it. It's obsolete. You don't use it anymore. Why would you use it? You don't use pencils. You have computers. You're an adult. And it's just sitting there all alone with no other erasers around it. Why would you need more erasers? You barely need the one. It's just all alone in there. Forgotten years. Anyway, in the southeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Oman, otherwise known as DARKWATCH. It is not you, it is not them, it is in fact I. And in the northwest corner of the map, representing Platinum Heroes, it is our pink Protoss, all the way from the land of Egypt, otherwise known as Yosemite Spam. It is Magnath.
Hello there.
Hello.
I hope I unmute that because I'm observing so I can check. So let's hope for the best.
You what?
I'm hoping I'm unmuted.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you are production. You should know. If you see the voice bar moving while you're talking.
Anyway, we have
you're not muted.
Magnath immediately going for the Stargate. So I don't know if last game it was intentional or if it just happened that way.
I mean, it did skip the cannon rush this time.
He did.
So now I can actually play a normal game with the Stargate. Maybe the Oracles can actually have the chance to do some more because DarkWatch won't be as prepared for them, or at least won't have time to be prepared for them.
What if it's not Oracles? What if it's Mass Phoenix?
I mean, usually you start with a Phoenix just to clear out Overlord.
Yeah.
So that's going to be helpful. Just in general, it'll be useful to not have these spies hanging around your base. Yep, you see, Phoenix coming up.
Yeah, DarkWatch already is making spores though, so he's gonna be fine against Oracles probably.
If you go double Phoenix, you'd get more gases by now, wouldn't you? I think I'm not an expert on Mass Phoenix builds.
They haven't played Protoss for so long.
I haven't played Protoss ever.
I actually feel like playing Protoss recently, just to see how bad it goes.
I mean, technically you should be playing all of the races to some capacity. You know, all of the pros play all the races. You know, they offer as practice. As a practice.
Look at that! This is second
technique.
Stargate.
Yep.
This is gonna be full air this time.
But they did make an Oracle, so it could be mass anything at this point.
I mean, true.
No, it sure doesn't make mass Oracles.
I was waiting for that.
Doesn't make
He probably
anything.
would.
He's in the army now.
He probably would if he played Protoss.
No, that's way too complicated. You just make zealots. Why would you make anything else?
I mean...
It just mass zealot you. Okay, more Phoenix are coming up. So it looks like it is going to be mass Phoenix.
Aha! I totally knew that. I wasn't guessing or anything.
Called
Surely.
it! Alright, Oracle does get a few drones here.
Yeah, he did get a
And
pretty
by,
nice
Oracle,
spot.
and by Oracle, I mean the unit in the game, not Kuro, who guessed that there was going to be...
Yes, title
Mass
me
Phoenix.
the Oracle.
Oracle of Poland, please tell us what the next build is going to be.
You're laughing, but there was that one stream when Claire was playing random and I was guessing what race he's gonna get every time.
Fascinating. And not at all random. Actually, damn it. I should have just said that's so random. I'm an idiot.
By the way, I
It would have
never
been such a
resaturated
multi-layered
this
joke.
gas where he lost the
But,
drones.
See, this is what happened. This is what we pay for. We should make a stick, please. Reward for people.
What is stick, please? Is it where
When
stick
they do
downloads
it, I
more
make a
RAM?
dumb, stupid pun that doesn't make anyone laugh.
Okay.
I think no one would use the channel points anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, the Phoenixes are amassing for.
Yeah, and he's keeping them
For
hidden
Magnath.
for now.
Looks like he's finally comfortable moving out.
Funnily enough,
+1 air weapons is not.
Yeah, I is
not even
actually
close to
going
finishing.
for. I is actually
There are
going for
spores
Hydra
in
then.
DARKWATCH's bases, but doesn't have a lot of them. Only a couple. And how many queens do we have? 5. Okay, 5 is okay-ish, but that's a lot of Phoenix, eh? If all those queens are not together, they can just lift them up, kill one of them, like so. And then, yeah. No, it kills some overlords. No? Alright, kills another queen. This is killing all of the anti-air from
The Hydras are on the way, but there's
not
only
Magnath's side.
there's only gonna be a few of them.
It's very confusing because they both have different names.
It's fine.
I don't know which name to say. I
Also,
keep confusing them.
I saw that Magnath was getting another Stargate, but in the meantime, there's a rogue army in his base.
Yeah, but that's, you know, the Phoenixes still have a lot of energy. They just lift them up. Clean them up. It's gonna take some damage here, but yeah, I don't know how well. Yeah, these roaches are going to be sustainable with an attack. And Magnath still has the
still
higher
more Phoenix.
count.
There you go.
He's getting Void Rays. Actually,
gonna
might not save this Nexus. No, the Phoenixes still have a lot of energy here.
The Lynx Marquis.
The Lynx coming in. Oh, he's actually going to lose the Nexus.
It's because there were just too many leagues, so it's very hard to pick them up.
And I think you brought the probes to defend, or did you lose them to the main base?
I think he just lost them in the process.
Yeah.
It's just long distance mining.
Yeah, but they're still ahead in, well, not ahead, but it's not too far behind in workers. The Phoenix have energy; they can go and harass. DARKWATCH has not remade the queens. Did make Hydralisks, but there's still not enough of a mass of them.
And that's all the
anti-air then. Yeah, it's dead. It just needs to run around these spores and just kill anything you can find. Yep, there goes the gas drones and all these overlords.
Magnath is transitioning into Void Rays, but I don't think he even needs them. Like, he can just finish this game now. I mean, kind of. Well, like, he can't kill buildings, obviously. So.
Yeah, the huge problem is that you can't kill the roaches. You know, you can outproduce the energy of the Phoenixes eventually, and you can do something about the Lynx, and the Void Rays can actually, you know, shoot indefinitely, unlike Oracles and Phoenixes.
But look,
so now you got something.
The Phoenixes are just camping the base.
Yeah, because there's no one here anymore. It's just one queen. Well, there was one queen.
And she's gone.
And it's gone. It's getting carriers.
Curses.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I mean, at least it's not a proxy carrier, as we've seen before from Kyojin.
And he does have a third Stargate, so once he gets some economy upgraded, he can make 3 of them at a time. Yep, there we go, 3 of them being made at a time.
Smartly enough, like, DARKWATCH is sending a lot of Lynx, which are harder to kill for air units, but there are a lot of cannons.
There are cannons and shield batteries here. That's not going to break, at least not this base. You might have a better luck going for that 4th base, but he's just losing so much at home for this Phoenix here all the time.
He had an infestor. It's like, oh hey, never mind. The Phoenixes are just denying everything.
Trying to see one of these Phoenixes has 7 kills, 5 kills. Like, that's a lot of kills for a Phoenix.
Yeah, and that's just the beginning. Like, the carriers and Void Rays are getting prepared. And
yeah, look at the army supply at the moment.
Okay, this is smart. Like, DARKWATCH is getting a lot of spores now, because like he's not able to produce enough units, and phoenixes can pick them up anyway.
Yeah. Because, yeah, exactly. The spores can kill the phoenix, the phoenix can't do anything about them. And also they don't cost gas, which is very important because...
And they don't cost supply either.
Yeah, DARKWATCH is cost... Yeah, and don't cost supply and gas, which is something DARKWATCH is very much solved for, having lost all of these overlords. Look at this. It's got 81 supply out of 32. Ouch. Just going to have to make so many overlords to compensate. And these Phoenix A, they're basically like... Magnath is just throwing these Phoenix A away now.
Yeah, this is...
Really,
I mean, this is basically just controlling so like DARKWATCH doesn't have a chance to come back to like mass enough units. When the real army is getting prepared in the main base.
Yeah. This is hard to watch.
Quickly, Stick, make a pun about DARKWATCH.
It's hard to DARKWATCH. I thought about making a pun, but then I realized I don't have anything and I didn't do it. But then you forced me to do it. Rip. I spared you my non-jokes, and you insisted. Just remember that.
Can this link force do anything? Oh.
And it's gone.
Yeah, this army is scary. How many carriers does he have now? 8?
It's got 8 carriers, 3 Void Waste, and Phoenix A.
And there's more in the making.
And an Oracle in a pear tree.
Oh,
yeah, and more. And the carriers are being made 3 at a time. And plus 3 weapons is almost halfway done.
And DARKWATCH just says Roach Hider. He's making lurkers. This is a lurker then. I don't think lurkers go well with carriers.
Yeah, no. Thing is, DARKWATCH doesn't know about the carriers. He hasn't seen them yet.
Like he was attacking the bases on the edge, so he didn't like see the main army. He just knew that there was some army.
And carriers.
Yep.
GG. There we go. This is like up. Okay, you get a whole bunch of carriers. Fair enough.
GG.
GG.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was hard to watch. DARKWATCH being bullied by a Protoss. Show us on the hatchery where the Protoss touched you.
That's the thing. Like I always say, like especially with like air army, like with Protoss, you have to scout it and you have to react to it before he amasses an army. And like in this situation where DARKWATCH was consistently kept back, like he couldn't really do that.
All right, let's get back to North America.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave you to it. That was my one cast of Group Please. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Kuro. Now Magnath, having advanced to the semifinals, is about to face the current reigning champion. So, if DARKWATCH wasn't really able to deal with Magnath's shenanigans, esReveR might have a better chance. We are going to take a short break, just to before the semifinals. We are going to take another one before the finals as well. This will give us a chance to hydrate our Hydras, stretch our approaches, set up a lobby, and drain our disruptors. We shall show you some clips of times gone by. A duct tape is how we call it. There'll be a 5-minute break, so do not go anywhere, because if you do, I will not forgive you. And we're back. Hope you enjoyed those wonderful clips, collected and curated by our very own Kuro. I especially love the clip where the funny thing happens. I don't actually watch the stream. Well, I have chat open, but I close the stream so that it doesn't take too much bandwidth. So I don't know which clips were shown. I don't know which duct tape it was. There are too many. There's like 50 of them almost. Oh, the tiers random tournament. Okay, that's the one with the Yaku interface, the Yaku graphics. It's a genius. All right, both the players are ready. Let's get to it. We are casting Armin versus tommygun. That's the lower semi-final first. Just notifying you 2 minutes in the past in chat, just so you know what match is coming up. Sorry, my voice is starting to break. As I've said before, since I stopped streaming on a daily basis, which was like about 2 years ago, something like that. No, a year and a half ago, a long time ago. Like, my voice doesn't stand up. It just doesn't survive a full cast. It's like, All right, everyone. Never mind about me whining. We shall overcome. We are on Death Aura. LE, just in case you did not know, stands for Lever engraving. Lever engraving. That's when you have a lever that activates things and you engrave like your name on it. This is Steelmold's lever. Don't touch. It's mine. It's an engraved one. Anyway, we're about to go see a cannon rush here. So in the southeast corner of the map, representing Platoon, it is our blue Zerg. Give it up for tommygun. And coming into the same side of the map, it is our purple Protoss. But to cannon rush, it is Armin. Not sure if it's Van Buren. Could be very different. Maybe they're not related. I'm not sure. I have not checked. Yes, everyone can play in this tournament if you are between the leagues of Bronze and or Diamond. Do check up on the rules. We do have some requirements that you have played at least 30 games in the last season, or in the case of transitional periods right now, some games in the previous season, some games in this season. Stay tuned and read the stuff. The link !SDO will give you a challenge link, and you can see all the rules and regulations there, and also when the tournaments are. This is a bi-weekly thing. I say bi-weekly as in once every 2 weeks we have SDO, and once every 2 weeks we have Masters 1 Open, which is open up to an MMR ceiling of 4.9k. Looks like Armin is gonna... Oh, there, the hatchery finishes. So now tommygun knows about the cannon rush. It was hidden up till now. Tommygun is getting a very quick Roach Warren, so we'll have Ravagers to work with, which is very handy in the case of cannon rushes. You know, we can just boil down these cannons from a safe distance. It shouldn't be out and quick enough to defend this hatchery. This will go down. But still, it's a pretty decent position for tommygun, considering. Yeah, it should be in a lot of trouble at this. No, he's using the roaches. I don't know if that is the right call. They are being microed, so they are being saved here. And they're actually tanking for the hatcheries. I don't know. Well, tommygun is actually saving the hatchery for now, but the fact that there are no Ravagers just yet means you can't really kill the cannon. I don't know, these more roaches are about to pop out. Oh, okay. There we go. Tommygun just forfeits the game. Well, forfeits the game. Leaves the game. I don't know. I think you could have tanked a little bit more with one of the healthier roaches. And more watchers would have come out and could have killed that cannon. He would have saved the hatchery. Maybe he's afraid that they're too far behind at that point. But I don't know. You have a roach warrior, and if you save the hatchery, you have enough. Economy and everything to actually retaliate pretty well. Yeah, tommygun saying they are. It was a rage quit. Okay, they're asking for a couple of minutes to calm down from that. Yeah, it's fine. Look, if you see that you're getting tilted or raged about something in the game, it's perfectly fine to take a couple of minutes and say, "Look, I gotta breathe." It's perfectly fine. It's what you should be doing. Yeah, maybe tommygun just wasn't happy with the defense there, with the response, or with the fact that the probe managed to sneak in and put out all these cannons before tommygun even figured it out. So it's perfectly understandable. I think every Zerg in chat is going, no. So yeah, it's something you should all be aware of. You know, if you're going, if you feel yourself getting angry at the game or at another player, or this build, that build, just go, okay, take a breath, take a break, come back, and yeah. tommygun is saying, I played counter build and still managed to lose the hatch. And I think tommygun still had a chance to save that hatchery. But yeah, it's something it's very difficult to see in the heat of the moment. You know? And also that hatchery would have been a very low health. So, you know, a follow-up attack would have been very dangerous. But, you know. Anyway, we're gonna wait for tommygun to select a map, as it is their choice at the moment. Yeah. Starduck is saying that tommygun still had a chance. Could have gone across the map. Yakuzaku saying, if anybody knows about counter scenarios, it's Starduck. Yep, you know, you got an expert opinion here that you weren't as bad as you thought you were, tommygun. Yeah, Armin is saying, yeah, I didn't even have an expansion. And tommygun is like, oh, you didn't? I thought you had a Nexus and was mining from it. Nope. Yeah, tommygun was in a much better position than they assumed. Alright, submarine is going to be the next map. So, I'll be setting that up. So we can all go live in an LE submarine. Yep, I'm sticking to that stupid jokes. Congratulations, Yaku. it's now the submarine joke. It's not the submarine. Submer meme. Submeme rim. No. Meme marine? No. No, just submarine meme. Suboptimal joke. Yeah. Oh, Kuro. You're killing. Ah. That hurt. It's a suboptimal joke. Just, no. Alright. Let's see if our players are ready. We can go on to game number 2 in the semi-final. Everyone's ready. Go. Boop. 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 All right. So we saw a cannon rush coming up from in game 1 from Armin. Let's see, who did Armin meet in this? Was up against Rainforest and Emu Farmer. And was moving rather quickly through the bracket. So I'm guessing there was a lot. I'm guessing there were more cannon rushes in this tournament. Let's see what game number 2 will entail. As we are on an LA submarine. We're in the northwest corner of the map. Teamless currently. It is our Purple Protoss, currently up 1 in this best of 3 semi-final. Give it up for Armin. And in the southeast corner of the map, representing Platoon, it is our Red Zerg. Give it up for the gun himself, tommygun. And it's a forge. Versus hatchery first. So yeah, the probe is sneaking. It's gonna be a repeat. I'm hoping tommygun has learned their lesson and going to be a little more composed. Yeah, composed is the right word. If tommygun kept their composure in the previous game, it would have been still been played. I'm assuming. I'm guessing. Let's see. I mean, so far, yep, there you go. There's the pylon. It's actually kind of far from the hatchery. The cannons should be in range, though. Now, I'm not, again, look, I'm no Starduck. I'm not an expert on the way you put pylons in cannons, but this time the Overlord is going to scout it much earlier than... Oh, there you go. Want to see the cannon a little earlier. If Armin did position that more to the back of the base, to the east here, it would have been much more concealed. Tommygun responds, pulling up drones, getting a spine. It's a much more decisive response. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of cannons that are going to be finished. With a lot of backup pylons as well. Some drones are starting to die, but one cannon goes down. Spine is not... Yeah. tommygun just decides to up and live here. Hey, light VIP, redeem the group, please. So we're going to have Armin in the finals as the first finalist for the day. Okay, so we're going to play our second semi-final, which is going to be esReveR and Magnath. I believe this is Armin's first appearance in the tournament. I think I've seen tommygun before, but I think for Armin this is the first time I see that name. Or maybe I just don't remember, which is probably the likely answer, because my memory is garbage. I think esReveR is in US right now, right? He's not in Japan anymore? Or am I confusing him with someone else? Still in Japan, right? I remember someone who was an American who was in Southeast Asia moved back to America or something, but maybe I'm confusing him with someone else, because I don't know. Like I've explained, my memory is bad and I constantly confuse things and people. Yeah, Magnath and esReveR are still in chat, waiting for the game to end, so give them some time. No. Oh, the game has ended, actually. You can get back here, you two. What are you doing? Got a game to play. All right. Just. Okay, so west, central, west. Okay, I am switching to United States West. It is 200 ping. That's what it is. You all heard me. Please sign the forms that you've witnessed me. Okay, your first map is going to be Death Aura. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we do have a crew, please. And after which, Light VIP, our very own team captain, and admin will be joining the cast. So let's give everyone the lobby link. Come on, join in.
I am back.
Hey, it is Kuro.
Did everyone miss me?
We need to make a rap.
Also, you know
it is
how
Kuro, the burro, the turro.
Huh?
Okay, I think I just called you a donkey.
Make it in Finnish. Make it in Finnish. It's gonna work perfectly well.
I just called you a donkey, by the way. Never mind. Or a mule. It's burro. I don't remember if it's a mule or a donkey or something.
Mules are good, right? Kappa.
I mean, yeah. It depends who you ask. If you ask Yaku, they're godly. Okay. Let's see if both players are ready. I haven't seen esReveR today yet.
Mm-hmm. Also, I was gonna say, because Dario always is apologizing about the cranes in the background. Today, I have a lot of crows in the background, and I don't know why.
Ah!
Yeah, they decided it's a good day. They literally woke me up in the morning. Just sitting under my window. I don't know why.
I was outside today, and I also heard like crows or ravens. I don't know which ones. Just cawing like crazy.
To be honest, they're not crows. They what are they called again? Jackdaws?
Some variant.
I think jackdaws. I'm trying to learn the English names because I know the Polish ones, but anyway.
All right, everyone. We are on Death Aura. LE, just in case you did not know, stands for Lexical Equipment. That is the clipboard I have with lists of words that start with L and words that start with E. That is my lexical equipment. That's what it is. Yeah, there it is. You can hear it. See, it has a clips on it. It's very useful. I have it right here. In the southeast corner of the map, representing Platinum Heroes, our pink Protoss is Magnath. And in the northwest corner of the map, the 7, count them, 7 times SDO champion and 1 time MSO champion, representing Winter Gaming Ladder Heroes. It is our Orange Zerg, esReveR. 200 IQs. That's what you need to say Winter Leather Gaming Heroes. It is a Forge first, but it's going to be.
It's not a Forge first.
It's not first. It's just a Forge. It's not a Forge first. It's just a Forge. It's actually going to be a defensive thing. It's not going to be a. Maybe it is actually. Is
it though?
Is it though? It is going to be a cannon rush.
That's a very sneaky cannon rush though. Like in the third base. It's not even a third base. Like you would typically not. It's a creeping cannon rush. It's like, no, I'm not doing anything. What do you mean? This is perfectly fine.
Did Magnath, like, suck Starduck's soul out of his body? And that's why Starduck started playing macro and Magnath is just
Magnath was watching previous game. He was... Yeah, he got the inspiration. He's like, I can do this.
Oh, a cannon rush. I mean, you know what would happen if we have Magnath versus Armin as the final.
I mean,
it's gonna be the shortest final.
Sounds about as good as Reality versus Stardan.
Yeah. Did you ever have Xenodactyl versus Stardan?
I think maybe, I don't know. We might have. I don't remember.
Alright, one queen goes down. This is a very, very proxy robo. This is,
yeah,
this is an incredibly proxy robo. It's like in your face robo.
It's a lot of links though, but can they kill the cannons in time? There's this one cannon on the
once one goes down, spines take so long to root themselves. Get down there! Start attacking things!
Oh,
damn it.
No,
the shield battery comes up in time, but... Yeah, cannon does go down. Immortal is coming out, but he doesn't have any backup. And it gets locked by the Zerglings.
Actually it survives. With the shield battery?
Yeah, it survives and kills the spine.
Just has to be very careful to not move out, because Immortals don't do well with Zerglings.
It also, it has to be in the range of the shield batteries and in range of the cannon that's on the low ground, because that's the thing that's really killing those Zerglings really quick and protecting it from being surrounded.
Attack!
It's pulling the boys, but a second Immortal comes out.
They're stuck!
The Immortals aren't shooting! They're not shooting! Yeah, they're on move command!
No, okay, never mind. They're still gonna die though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What are these Immortals doing?
They were dancing, okay?
Yeah. They got I don't know, they got target locked or something. They couldn't decide what to attack.
They were excited and they started dancing with the drones. That's what happened. Clearly.
Alright, and now these queens are in a position to actually start chipping away at this proxy. My Immortal is about to pop out though. But shield batteries are depleted trying to defend this pylon. Yeah. This Immortal is in a good position. It's still being covered by these two cannons as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of shield batteries though. So they keep recharging. Yeah. And this is not the end. I'm getting flashbacks. I'm getting flashbacks from the cannon forests that I had in my main. Kata, no.
Yeah, catatonic, please. Okay. The Immortal does manage.
The Immortal is Yaku.
Yeah, it's Yaku cursed. But it's in a safe position. The Zerglings can't get to it. It's a cannon now.
Yeah, this is where Yaku curse is actually good.
Yeah. The warp prism is on the way, so it's not permanently locked there. GG is cold and Magnath takes game number 1.
What did I just cast?
This is what happens when Kuro casts things.
Oh my god. What was this?
Golden pillars. I almost confused it. See, I almost picked golden wall.
Yeah,
see, I told you.
Because you said that you would confuse it, so now you will.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was happening. I'm surprised it didn't happen so far.
esReveR is like, no more hearts, Mr. Magnath. I choose not. Yes.
Magnath says, I am a standard macro player. I choose not. Okay. There's the lobby link.
So light. Knight, are you here? Literally said be right back. He thought this will be a game.
No, he's in the lobby.
I have returns.
Hello.
I'm gonna go. Bye.
Bye.
So how long
everyone? That game was like 3.5 minutes, something like that.
God damn.
I don't know. Oh no, it was longer. It was because he had a robo and everything. We had the proxiest of all robos. it was in esReveR's base, surrounded by shield batteries.
God damn it. And as I was leaving to go BRB, I think I heard you talk about like Xenodactyl and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd like to remind people, if they do want to check out our YouTube channel, we did cast NA Contender last season, and I believe we casted a PvP group with Reality, Xenodactyl, and one other Protoss, and it was yeah.
And it was exactly what you think it was.
Oh yeah. It was beautiful.
Both the players are ready. Let's get to it. esReveR doesn't usually go down before the final match. If he reaches the final, he usually wins it. It's not like him to go down before the final.
Yeah. We'll see how these two shape up, because I feel like they're both kind of from different eras almost. I feel like when esReveR stopped playing and stopped winning things, that's when Magnath started playing in our events, so they kind of missed each other.
Yeah. Well, esReveR has returned last week, so... Well, has returned to form, at least, last week. Let's see if that continues, as we are on Pillars of Gold. The pillars that hold the Golden Wall, which is why I always confuse the two maps, because they're right next to each other. All right, shit! I told you I need to remind me.
Huh?
I forgot to switch server.
So good, so good.
It's just when the game ends, it's too much stuff happening, and we need to keep talking, and I keep forgetting.
So, reminder to the audience: we are alternating servers, so every single game, you have to switch server.
Yeah. Can we stop that?
It wouldn't be so bad if it was easier to do it. Like, imagine a world. Hear me out. Imagine this crazy world.
I refuse to imagine ways in which this interface can work better. No, I refuse to do that. It's a dark path. It's never going to happen.
It sounds crazy, right? But imagine if the settings of this lobby, you could pick the server there. I mean, crazy, I know. Gotta think outside the box sometimes.
It's yeah. Trying to remember how the old interface was back in Wings of Liberty. I didn't really play custom games on it too much, like with other people, so I don't like. I know it was worse. Worse, and then at some point it got better. And then in not Wings of Liberty, the last one, in the Legacy of the Void, they actually made it worse somehow. Because I remember TB complaining about it, that he completely messed up the way you could do parties and everything. So now you had to invite everyone manually. And the chat, they completely overhauled the chat interface, which messed things up. And I was like, it was fine. It was working great. You invited people. You had everyone in chat. Bam, bam. You set up a lobby. And now you can't. Anyway, like I said before, we are on Pillars of Gold, the map that holds the Golden Wall. We're in the southwest corner of the map, currently up 1 in this best of 3 semi-final. of today's Sea Duckling Open, then number 81. Representing Platinum Heroes, our pink Protoss is Magnath.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the American Zerg player now living in Japan, playing for himself. It is esReveR.
Oh, it was Melty that returned to the US, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I got confused them a little bit. Look, they both play Zerg. They're both Americans who live in Asia. It's enough to confuse. That's more than enough to confuse me.
Oh god.
That's 2 point of correlation, and that's my brain just
There's a reason why people correlate like you with Yaku, because for Yaku he confuses Neeb and Probe, and they didn't even look the same. They just
play Protoss.
They just play Protoss, yeah. That's it.
I mean, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense to me. I'm still not sure which is which. They're like twins.
God.
Basically the same.
Yeah, basically the same. No, they play Protoss. They're not Korean. I mean, what more do you want?
Yeah,
right?
It's a non-Korean Protoss. Duh. So these white people look the same to Yakuts.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I mean, oh god.
He did see Hit and didn't realize until the middle of the movie that Robert De Niro and Al Pacino are not the same actor. So there's a clip of that in one of our duck tapes.
Shout out to Yaku, by the way. He played his heart out earlier today on stream.
Yeah. Them Widowmine hits were juicy.
They were great. We were even Kerwin. I don't know if you noticed, but Kerwin showed up in our voice chat, and we were all cheering for Yaku.
Yeah, well, Kerwin would cheer for Yaku. He's a Terran.
This is true. This is very true.
Yeah,
no bias.
What he wouldn't cheer for is Widowmines. That's a surprising part. Anyway, Magnath not choosing this time, and he's going for Adept Glaive. You have the Adept printer. I'm guessing he had a talk with Stardark, and Stardark sold him a printer extension. with the Glaive Adept upgrade.
I'm not too sure if esReveR has gone in with an Overlord Scout yet. He should be going in soon, and there it is. It is going into his main base, so he should be seeing everything there is to see. You can deduce that it is Glaive Adept, so... I mean, I know esReveR isn't as active as he used to be. I would hope that he is aware of this kind of build.
I mean, he should. It's not like he's been on the moon this entire time. He has been. He has won a tournament last week.
He's not Blisk.
Yeah, he has been living in the forest.
Yeah. He's not Blisk. The other Zerg player who's also living in Asia, who's not native to Asia.
Also, he did face two Protoss in the previous tournament 2 weeks ago. Fury and Snelly. So it's not like he hasn't seen any Protoss before.
So I'm a little bit concerned because it looks like he's droning up a fair bit. He does have a Roach Warren ready, which is good, so we can start Roach production. But at the moment, he's just been making drones. He's making Overlords, which is nice, so he doesn't get supply blocked. But I'd like to see him. Oh, he's still making more drones. Oh god.
What he's going to see? It's not going to see the Warp Prism moving out.
He's still making. He's being so greedy. Like he's got 2 Roaches in productions, and he had 6 drones as well. Like, oh my god, these adepts could do so much damage.
Yeah, I was waiting for the layer to finish to get some Roach timing with speed or something, or I don't know. Maybe it's just yeah, that is getting more Roaches now, and it's. I mean, this base isn't saturated, so it's not going to be too bad.
Yeah. The good thing is that there's only 3 drones at the third, so he's not going to lose a lot there. Like that's great. he doesn't have drones to lose. The creep isn't really connected to the bases, but Magnath, he's not going into the natural.
Oh, he's counterattacking on the other side of the map. Sending some Zerling to the third there, preventing Magnath from taking it.
Yeah, and at the same time, there are adepts in the main base. They got warped in with the Warp Prism.
Oh, it's 11 drone kills.
Yeah.
That is rough. Magnath is moving in again to the natural. They should finish. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the Roaches, they're still going to the third base. They're not coming back. Yeah, that was a bit miscontrolled by esReveR there.
Yeah, that was, oh god, this is too many worker kills. Like 19 drones go down.
I mean, in order to come back, he has to do a tremendous amount of damage on the other side of the map. And his Roach speed is about to finish. So he can go across the map, but by then Magnath will have how many? 3 Immortals and a Warp Prism and a Shield Battery.
Yeah. Like I think esReveR could deal a lot of damage if he gets in a bunch of Ravagers. Ravagers would be great because there are 4 sentries, and of course Ravagers do great against force fields. But it doesn't look like esReveR, he's pushing out across the map.
I mean, he has prevented Magnath from taking a third base up to now, which is great. Because Magnath hasn't really been like making use of his all his probes properly. But yeah, esReveR is not droning up. He's going to have to rely on doing a tremendous amount of damage on the other side of the map. He's probably going to be able to deny this third if he's quick.
We'll see how good the force fields are, and we'll see how good the Biles are as well.
Decent so far. But he did waste them all, so he doesn't have any to clear the force fields.
And the force fields are
this Nexus.
Yeah, and the force fields were kind of working against Magnath as well. He was struggling to fight the army, and
yeah, he's not using the bias to clear the force fields because so far they haven't been really all that good. He's just using them to hit the sentries. Okay, the sentries are all out of energy. These are the last force fields for a while now, but
at the same time,
this is 4 Immortals still. This is not.
All the Roaches went down.
Yeah, 22 Zerglings are being made, but there's the counterattack.
Yeah, I was about to say that at the same time. Yeah, the Warp Prism did go into the main base. Only 2 Adepts, which isn't too bad, so they will be dealt with. But oh my god, they're just getting so many worker kills. 7 go down, and esReveR, I feel like he needs to either throw down the 4th base or just go all in, and he's droning up, so I'd like to see another base from him. With this army, maybe he can make something happen.
I mean, that's a lot of Ravagers, and the sentries, I mean, they kind of depleted their energy, so they don't have a lot of force fields left for them, but it's 5 Immortals now. Actually, 6 Immortals.
Oh, the Bowheads don't have
actually, they don't have a lot of buffer for them, and a lot of them do go down. More Immortals are about to go down as well. He can actually clean this out.
Like, he can't end the game, but I think he killed like 3 or 4 Immortals. Like, he traded really well.
Yeah, that was in 10 sentries. This was good for esReveR so far because it prevents Magnath from building a force that can move out, but Magnath still has the better economy.
Yeah, definitely. Like, as you were saying, like, it's really important to kill sentries because they're energy-based units, right? It takes a long time for that energy to recharge. Killing Immortals as well, but he still needs to do more. He needs to either trade more efficiently. Is he gonna get it?
He could have got it, but Magnath was paying attention. Yeah, I don't think this fight is going to go in esReveR's favor. But oh man, just the Zerglings reinforcements are coming in, but they can't really push through. If they came in from the side, they would definitely have won this fight for esReveR. But yeah, he was losing too much and had to back away. And now he's backing away to a lower economy. Magnath is taking a 4th base. esReveR is still on 3, and they're not saturated.
Yeah, this is what I definitely like about how Magnath is playing. Even though Magnath isn't trading as efficiently, like he's kind of losing these engagements, like he's taking more losses, but you know, he's taking a 4th base behind this. So even like despite that, his economy is still strong. He can kind of afford to take these losses. Whereas esReveR, he's still on 3 hatcheries. He needs a 4th. He needed it like a couple of minutes ago at least. So we'll see how he plays this out. Like if he keeps trading efficiently, then maybe, but oh boy, that's a lot of Immortals.
Yeah. How many do we have now? We have 5 immortals. It's that's a lot. No upgrades on them though, but esReveR does have upgrades. So it's gonna be a numbers and positioning game. Oh, that's esReveR is very quick on the trigger for the biles, and he's kind of using a lot of them all in one go.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll see. Like, there's a lot of force field energy, and
yeah, and then it doesn't have any to break the force fields, which is very dangerous. But he's getting immortals. Some of them are going down.
He blinked backwards to.
One immortal gets caught down. We're down to 3 immortals, but that's a lot of stalkers now.
Oh, he does get the warp prism, which is nice. But it may have been too late. Like, he did end up finishing the warp in. Again, there are only 3 more.
Zerglings is a buffer. He's moving in, almost biting his own Zerglings, but yeah, they're catching up the immortals, and the Protoss army is losing so much of its really high-tech units.
Yeah. That was everything. Like, all the sentries went down, all the immortals went down, only blink stalkers remain, and a lot of that is because Magnath he kept blinking backwards, which meant he kept exposing the units that couldn't blink.
Yeah. All right, so esReveR manages to have the bigger army here. You can definitely push on that 4th base and well, attack it. There's a bit of a window of opportunity here before the shield batteries are ready. But his army gets split.
Yeah, but I do think that maybe he waited a little bit too long. Part of the army gets caught out by the blink stalkers as well.
I mean, he can still take out the pylons. These are Kuro pylons. Okay, take the shield battery that was overcharged.
Yeah. As you're saying, there was an opportunity here to maybe even snipe the base, but I feel like that's come and gone now. And oh god, now with the Colossus here, like, he needs to escape with as much as he can.
Yeah, it does some drone damage, and he, he keeps Magnath here. But yeah, this attack, if it was like 5 seconds quicker,
yeah,
it might have even sniped the Nexus. These Zealots, I think they were on move command. I don't know what, or maybe they were attacking a specific drone that was evacuated and they were just chasing it. Spire is on the way for esReveR. Spire is about to transpire, if you will.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the Spire, because he saw all of those blink stalkers. There we go. We have Corruptors on the way, which I guess is his answer to the Colossus, which, I mean, it could work, especially because Magnath, he hasn't diversified. He only has Colossus for anti-air. He doesn't have any Storm. He doesn't have any Disruptors.
Yeah, and also they're kind of tanky, and they do lead to Broodlords down the path. But yeah, and he's getting +1 air attack. I wonder if that could have been better served being upgrades for the ground army, like +2 carapace. Because the Corruptors, they're just there to deal with the Colossi. Or distract some stalkers while the vulture. 20 drones are being made. esReveR is just like, I'm tired of being behind. No! A blink under the Corruptors, and they're all dead.
Yeah, I was about to say that he exposed his Corruptors because the pylon was scouting, and oh god, just like that, so much supply was wasted. And what is there now to deal with these Colossus?
A lot of Ravagers. 19 of them. 19 Ravagers. If he uses the biles correctly, I mean, it could work. But he does have a tendency to just shoot a lot of them at once. Is a bit of a kinda happy. It's very trigger happy, and he hits a lot of his units. I've noticed.
Yeah, I mean, the bios are doing fairly well. You know, he's buying time. Corruptors will be on the way pretty shortly, but more and more warp-ins here across the map. And Magnath, he's almost maxed out as well.
And even without the Colossi, that's a lot of Stalkers. Even if the Corruptors take care of the Colossi, which they probably won't, because they're coming in, they're trickling one at a time, and Magnath is focusing them.
Yeah, and he did expose his Colossus for a moment there, but in the end they do all stay alive.
Yeah, and there's another
think...
warping of centuries.
Yeah.
That's 4 Colossi that are kind of injured, but okay, one of them does go down. Actually, 2 of them went down. It's is hatchery still alive?
Yeah, I mean, props to esReveR. Like he's fighting as best he can. He's trading as best he can. Like, look, the supplies are getting closer, but because there's nothing to stop the War Prism.
Yeah, just more and more, just warping in zealots. Don't even have charge. Don't need it. They are upgraded with +2 weapons, so you know they are dangerous and cheap.
Yeah,
other,
like
Protoss units. Look at the army supply now.
Yeah, esReveR, he's trying to, like, you know, muster as much army as he can, and you know it's okay, but again, like, because of the constant warp-ins.
He's getting another hatchery in the hive. These are resources that he needs to make units. Oh, but he ran out of larva. He didn't have any. Well, he has a Corruptors now. He can jump on top of this War Prism and maybe even snipe the Colossi.
Yeah, definitely. The Colossus have really low health. They only have shields, really, so they probably will go down. And yeah, I think Magnath, he realizes that and he may back off.
Yeah, without the War Prism, he can't reinforce, and esReveR does have the defender's advantage here.
You know what I would like? I would like lurkers, or I guess even broodlords maybe for esReveR. He needs something more. And Hive, what I was gonna mention before when you were talking about +1 air attacks, I feel he already had an infestation pit at the time. If he had gotten Hive instead, I feel like we could maybe even see a greater spiral almost done already. But his tech is so delayed.
Yeah. And this upgrade barely did anything. Corruptors barely had the chance to shoot anything. And there's the High Templar Shrine and the Dark Shrine. Yeah, the High Templar Shrine. The Templar Archives, that's the name. It has a name, the building. Yep. But the armies are clashing again. This time the Corruptors are in position and in mass. They are taking care of the Colossi, but not fast enough. All the Zerglings are dead. This is just Corruptors and Ravagers.
Yeah, it looks like the Colossus. Oh, they just aren't going to go down.
They're still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is too much Protoss army. esReveR had one chance to come back, but it's just probably an unfortunate positioning. He thought he'd be able to take care of the Colossi with the Corruptors fast enough, but it just didn't. And they cleaned out all the Zerglings, all the buffer.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this kind of snowballed from
GG is cold.
GG. And I do feel like a lot of this snowballed because I don't know if you recall, but there were like 6, 7 Corruptors that were caught in the middle of the map and killed for free, right? Like if they were there,
I completely forgot about that.
If they were there for that engagement, then yeah, it could have gone completely differently. Like all those Colossus could have gone down a lot. Like they would have all gone down. Like judging based on how low their health was.
Yeah. I think also maybe a few more Ling run bys there because, you know, as a Protoss, Magnath is a Protoss. You know, your army is constantly in one place, but because he had so many bases, you can't really defend all of them. But I guess esReveR was at that point was just too stressed economically. I'm switching to Western United States. You all heard me? Gotta remind me to switch. I always forget that. There's too much crap going on. Ice and Chrome is our first map. And I do believe we've seen... Oh, we haven't seen all of the maps. We haven't seen Golden Wall and we haven't seen Eternal Empire.
Yeah, kind of surprisingly. You would think that Eternal Empire would be a little bit more popular.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe people are done with the old maps.
I feel like part of it is also because we've been casting, we've been following a lot of the like more cheesy players. So
All right. Let's put everyone in the all the Axiom people in the spectator area. We all have the Axiom portrait to show. This is our unofficial team logo, team in-game, team decal. We are the legacy Axiom team, right? Technically.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if I want to say officially that's what we are, but you know.
No, I said did I say official? I said unofficial. I meant to say unofficial. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's no official anything, so we are technically the only thing that remains.
And also, yeah, shout out to esReveR. He is in the chat. He's saying, yeah, he didn't know how the corruptors got rallied across the map. Like,
yeah. I think it was rallying the Ravagers, the Zerglings there when he was attacking or something with the Roaches, and just kind of left there for some odd reason. All right, we've saved you from watching a purple Protoss versus pink Protoss PvP.
So to say that's what PvP stands for, right?
Yep, purple versus pink. This is not purple versus pink Zerg, because that's ZVZ, because that's even worse, because you have the creep that's purple and it's I can't say anything.
Yeah. It's rough. It's one of those things where, you know, it'd be cool if there was a way to adjust that, you know, a way to, you know, in the UI. I don't know. Just throwing it out there, Blizzard. It'd be nice.
Stop dreaming that Blizzard will ever do anything with this game other than shut it down.
I just want to trigger you.
Don't build hope. Don't foster hope between people. All right, everyone. Welcome to Ice and or Chrome LE. It's either Ice or Chrome, or both. We're not sure. Actually, I can see where the ice comes from, but where does the chrome come from?
It's kind of shiny in places.
Nah, it isn't. Chrome is like in your face, like shiny metal. This is just like dirty, like maybe not even metal. Maybe it's just concrete. I don't know.
Hashtag called out to the map maker. Madas. It's not shiny enough.
Maybe not so much for the map maker. Just, you know, it's not a tile. It's the tile set makers maybe. All right, we do have a forge being made. So in the southwest corner of the map, representing Platinum Heroes about to be cannon burst. Give it up for our pink Protoss, Magnath.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, currently cannon rushing here on the low ground at the third base, we have the Australian Protoss, Armin.
No, here's the thing. Magnath also put down a forge. If it's not
cannons
a forge
versus cannons.
He did get a gateway before that.
Yeah, so the cannons do get up. There is high ground vision because of the probe and the pylon as well. So, he's actually focusing down the pylon. The Argos's pylon. Oh god!
It's a Kuro pylon. All the production is done.
Oh my god! Yeah, and I'm just checking to see, and I think if he wanted to, he could focus down that replacement pylon. Oh, wait, no, that's a cannon. Never mind.
Yeah, the replacement. The replacement pylon is on the way in the at the back there.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
you can focus it with the new cannons.
And I think Armin, he wins this cannon v cannon.
Yeah. CDC.
And can he reach the pylon in the back?
It should be, at least with these two forward cannons.
Yeah. Oh god.
The light VIP pylon, the one that's backing the Kuro pylon.
Jesus Christ. Well, the cybernetic score is going to go down. Magnath does have a probe out on the map. It is throwing down a pylon out in the middle, so maybe he can get something done with that. But
it's got no production.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? It's a little bit too late. Like the cybernetic score.
It's not like he can warp things there because he doesn't have warp gate tank. Because he doesn't have a cybernetic core.
And he can't throw down a robo because he doesn't have a cybernetic core either. Like all he can do is throw down a gateway.
Cannons. Well, he can't do cannons anymore because he lost the forge.
Forge is gone.
And Armin is like, what do we do now? Okay, I killed all of his production, and he's not GGing. I guess I'll continue playing. He's getting a robotics facility, getting warp gate, tech, and just containing Magnath on one base here.
Yeah, quote unquote containing, because I imagine Magnath, he's currently waiting for his cybernetic core to rebuild, and then I imagine we're either going to see a Stargate or a Robo come down.
I suppose a Robo, because Stargate won't really do much. Yeah.
Oh, there it is, Stargate.
But yeah, but I mean, Stargate, Robo is is finishing. It's double Stargate from Magnath. Okay.
Interesting.
That's a retaliation. He's getting a proxy nexus. He's got a ninja nexus. Magnath is like, oh, you thought I'm going to GG after you killed all my production?
Oh no! He found it. He found it. This could have been his way back into the game, but now that it got found out, it's not happening.
There we go. More panels we made, but they're not going to survive these stalkers. This is enough stalkers to take it down. It's a bad one, just move by Magnath.
Yeah, he's being very ambitious.
Yeah. It's a Stargate at home as well. There's a 2 wasted Stargates and he's getting a third. Look at the units lost there. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I'm seeing it. What?
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
He's a literal god. He hasn't lost anything this game. He hasn't lost a single thing.
Not a scouting probe, nothing. Not a cannon, not a pilot.
Is it gonna change here? Is he gonna lose the stalker? Is he gonna lose the stalker? He's gonna lose. He saves it!
No, he saves it.
Oh, what are the other one?
Is he going to win this game without losing a single unit? Okay, he loses 2 stalkers.
Yeah, he lost 2 stalkers. The perfect game is no longer a thing.
Is that Armin is like, oh, GG, I lost the game. I lost 2 stalkers. I don't feel safe here anymore. Oh, he kills the Kuro pylon for this production, and the Kuro pylon for the other production. All these Kuro pylons are down. No.
There's 0. That's it.
GG, well played. A cannon rusher respecting another cannon rusher. And I guess there is honor among thieves, among scoundrels.
Oh, that was well played by Armin. Like, you know, he cannon rushed, not in the typical way either, and he almost went through that game with like a perfect score without losing anything. Yeah,
and also a nice response by Magnath. I mean, if Armin did not find the double Stargate, it's could have been a very nice and interesting recovery there. Magnath is like he picks ice and chrome. He's like, oh, wait, we just played that. Never mind. Eternal Empire is going to be the next pick.
As a reminder, you will have to change your server.
No, yeah, I was just reminded that. I was just remember that. Central. Switching to Central. I remembered before I started the game. I'll let you know. Your Honor, I was switching before I was informed by my co-caster.
Also, shout out to Vortex in the chat. Vortex, of course, is one of the Latin American admins, alongside Darking. It's cool to see.
Vortex Lamb.
Yeah.
Like
what are you doing awake?
Like a lamb to the storm. What do you mean? It's morning there now, right?
It's like 6 a.m. Yeah, 7 a.m. Hey.
I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Come on, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but I mean,
look, some people wake up
6
early.
I mean, to be fair, I wake up early as well. I'm not used to seeing.
I've had enough with people diminishing the early birds.
I very rarely see people from Latin America or North America here in the chat, so shout out to you guys.
Okay. Just belatedly reminded the players that this is the best of 5 match, as this is the final. You don't want a situation where a player is just, I lost 2-0, and I was like, come on, I'm gone. Like, no, there's more. There's a potential comeback. Don't go. Yeah, this is Cannon Rush versus Cannon Rush. What do you say?
I would hope Magnath switches it on and Cannon rushes.
Yeah,
I think he has it in him.
I mean, this is a pretty big map. Maybe he just picked it specifically so that there won't be a Cannon Rush.
Maybe.
Speaking of big maps, we are on Eternal Empire LE. We're in the southwest corner of the map. Representing Platinum Heroes are Pink Protoss, all the way from the land of Egypt. Give it up for Magnath.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Australian Protoss player. Representing himself, it is Armin.
Getting a forge again.
Oh yeah, he's gonna keep doing it. Can anyone stop him? Well, the answer being, he has lost a couple of maps this tournament already. Rainforest, the Terran player, he did take a map all off of him. After he got Cannon Rush the first game, it happened again, and Rainforest was able to hold against that. Can Magnath do the same? I would hope so.
He's getting a double gateways. He's gonna be pumping out units. No Cybercore, no Forge. Getting an extra. Oh, that's not an extra pylon. That is Armin's pylon there. So confusing just to Protoss say.
Yeah,
even
honestly,
when they have different colors, it's still confusing.
I think this may be too late for Magnath because there's already a pylon on the high ground. The pro pool was really late, and he's not even targeting the pylon, the cannon efficiently. Wow, it's already finished as well.
Yeah, and he has high ground vision now, and more cannons being made on the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, the gateways, they aren't producing anything either. Like Magnath, this defense, I don't know how well this is going to go for him. There we go. Okay, so we do have a Stalker coming out, and the other gateway is being focused, so the Stalker will finish.
Yeah, but the other one won't.
Yeah. It's fine, it's fine.
He's not even Chrono boosting it, he's cancelling it just to get the extra resources for something else. Getting shield batteries. So he's setting up a second line of defense here, and a Stargate.
Yeah, I like
much
this.
earlier than it was in the previous game.
Yeah, definitely. So the Stargate, it's so much more earlier, as you were saying, so he will be able to send out an Oracle across the map. We'll see if if Armin is able to scout this, because if he does, then maybe he can throw down a cannon in his own mineral line, but until then, this could catch him off guard.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing once he realizes that Magnath isn't dying and is setting up something, at least had the time to make something.
Yeah, and I love how he's playing this. So he's going to be able to take out this pylon, which means everything on the high ground will be depowered, so he can just comfortably deal with this.
I think there's a backup pylon. I think it covers the cyber cores as well. Oh, you're talking about Magnath.
Yeah, I was talking about
I thought you were talking about Armin taking out Magnath's pylon.
Let's think about Magnath taking out. Look, I know they're both Protoss.
No, you didn't say who. You just said he. So it could have been either one. All right. All right.
Okay,
it's a fair error. Okay. And they both have pylons, by the way, in case you haven't noticed.
This is true. They both have probes as well.
No, Chu doesn't have pylons. Doesn't have anything. He's in the army now. He has a bunk bed and a gun. Doesn't. There's a Twilight Council coming up for Armin, so not going with the Robo this time.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I imagine he's gonna be getting Blink for his Stalkers, which again, Blink Stalkers are gonna do pretty well defensively against Stargate units. Magnath is gonna be losing a Stalker there, and Oracle gets in.
Yeah, Oracle gets in, gets 3 kills, but not the worst for Armin so far. It is going to be bad considering Magnath is starting to get a second Nexus and Armin is not.
Yeah. I still kind of want to favor Armin at the moment because he's staying on 1 basis and he's getting Blink. So I imagine there's going to be a pretty big Blink follow-up, especially because there are so many gateways here already. We'll see once Warp Gate finishes, we'll see how much aggression he can apply. And Magnath, I feel like he's going to need shield batteries at home.
I mean, he does have shield batteries at home, but they're in the pretty in the back line, if you will, the back defensive line. They're not in the natural. Where they are will be more effective at defense. It's gonna get get sniped. But Armin needs a base. Armin needs another base.
He does. This is getting better and better for Magnath, especially because I love how he just keeps going in. He tags the army so he can see what's happening in the main base. He can see if there's ever a move out as well. So he'll be alerted and then he can focus on his defense at home.
No, it's just revelated nothing. He was expecting something that we Armin is building up a nice number of Stalkers. It's up to 10.
Yeah.
That blinks on top of a Void Ray. The Void Ray's dead.
Yeah, it's just gonna go down immediately, and because he missed that revelation, he doesn't see this move out.
Yeah, he's seeing it now in the Naga Tower, which is he's got a unit standing there.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll see. I don't think Armin has anything across the map for high ground vision, so we can't blink it to the main base.
Yeah, but the Void Ray is going to go down. He's not focusing. Okay, now it's focusing. The shield battery is not going to be enough. And he's going to ignore the shield battery there and go straight into the main. Going to depower everything here? No, some of it. There's one gateway that's not going to be useful. But Magnath has enough Stalkers.
Yeah, he even pulls a couple of Voids as well, just to be sure. And these Stalkers are going to be dealt with.
This is Armin skipped the robotics facility, so there's no warp prism. There's nothing to reinforce here. He didn't make a proxy pylon. So he's stuck with what he has, and he can't reinforce.
Yeah, and surprisingly, he's committing to this. He threw down a Robo as well. Finally, we see a Nexus being thrown down for Armin. But this could be too late. Again, Magnath, he's getting Immortals. Eventually, he's going to be pushing out.
Yeah. And Armin just didn't do enough damage. Definitely not economical damage.
Yeah.
I think the dive-in was a bit too... it was it was the right call to go into the main, but I think focusing with just one pylon instead of going deeper and giving yourself more chance for the blink to go off cooldown, so that you can escape. But instead, he ended up just engaging more of Magnath Stalkers again, while he was focusing the pylon, so they weren't shooting Magnath Stalkers, and it's just.
I really like that idea. Like, I think we've seen it before, where a Protoss player who blink in, who go around through the middle line, and then eventually like go full circle and blink out of the main base, right? But
yeah, I think it's kind of it's the cavalry approach. You know, you can't stop. You have to keep on moving. It's the same with flying fucking things, Mutalisks, yeah, and Phoenix as well. You have to keep on moving and keep like taking damage here and there, and you can't just stop and engage the army because you'll just lose too much because you know it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah. And now we've gotten to the point where Magnath, he's fully saturated on 2 bases. He's thinking about getting a 3rd as well. Like, defensively, he's looking pretty comfortable, especially with the amount of immortals he has. Like, if Armin wants to come back into this, I would have liked to have seen him throw down a Darkshine, to be honest, but he didn't opt to go for that.
Well, Magnath does have a robotics facility, so could have, observer. He's just getting one now. And 6 more gateways and charge.
Jesus.
I mean, did Armin? Oh, he didn't get temporal archives. He could get temporal archives and get some archons, but it doesn't have the gas for it though, because he can't get a 3rd base yet. So I was thinking maybe he could go for the beef wave thing, but it's not.
Yeah, I would definitely say that the best thing for Armin to do is just turtle up at home and hope that his opponent attacks into him, and maybe like if he warps in a couple of sentries as well, like with the help of shield batteries and defender's advantage, like maybe he can take a favorable engagement. But I don't really want to see Armin like push out with anything for like the next couple of minutes.
Armin can't push out. Is push out enough and not done enough damage that he has to. For the next engagement, he has to be in a defensive position, and he has to make sure that his 3rd does not die to whatever Magnath is going to pull out of his head, which is the kind of beef wave. It's a beef wave with what are stalkers in terms of food? Crabs, crab legs.
What?
Because they're kind of crabs, like crab creatures.
I would argue that maybe immortals are more like crabs, right? They've got, they scuttle around.
Yeah. So, stalkers are more like. These do kind of look like shells, the shell creatures. Maybe shrimps. Shrimp.
Look. We don't say shrimp here, okay? We're in the hours of the Southeast Asia region, okay? They're prawns, right?
Look, it's shrimp on the Barbie.
It's not accurate. It's not accurate at all.
I know. It's prawn on the Barbie. But, I'm taking inspiration from Emu Farmer. I'm triggering the Australians. I'm assuming Emu Farmer is Australian.
I did see Emu Farmer in the chat. He's from America, but he went down to an Australian.
Wait, what?
Like he got knocked out by Armin, even though he's from America.
Oh, I thought because that sentence could have gone a very different way.
God damn it!
I was like, does that qualify him?
Do you think I said he went down on an Australian? Is that what you thought I said?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
Maybe that qualifies you for something. I don't know. I don't make up the rules. I'm not aware of the rules. Alright, there's a warp in by Magnath into Armin's main base, and he's moving on to the 3rd again. And it looks like he's finally going to break Armin here.
How would I know that? How would I know if he went down on an Australian? How would I?
You're an admin. You get information from all sorts of places. I don't know. Maybe you ask. I don't know. Maybe they divulge some information that I'm not aware of. I'm not the information goblin. I don't question I'm not in a position to question other people's information. All right. All right. In the meantime, it looks like Armin has managed to sort of survive this, but still taking damage in the main.
Yeah.
And just the economical damage is gigantic.
He just didn't have the army supply. Like, he was able to hold at his third base, which was really nice, but he just didn't have anything to pull back to his main base, and now he's lost everything. He lost his Templar archives, he's losing all this infrastructure as well.
The Archons are too thick.
They're stuck outside!
when their entire army gets Yaku cursed.
Rip thick boys. They can't get into the main base, and I don't know if you saw, but +2 is halted as well, like because it's depowered. +3 even.
Oh, +2? No, it's +3, yeah. And Magnath's starting it now. So that could have given Armin some kind of advantage, but it gets delayed for so long. And again, the economical damage is supreme. Look at the income tab now. It's just Magnath is making 1,000 more minerals a minute than Armin.
Yeah,
almost double. And there's the Dark Shrine for Magnath.
I do love that Armin, he knows that he does need to be the defensive player, and he's continuing to expand. He's maneuvered his army there as well. I am a little bit afraid that Magnath may be giving him a little bit too much time, especially with the Dark Shrine finishing. Like Armin, he can make some magic happen with some DTs.
Yeah. I mean, does Magnath really need anything magical? On 5 bases, he's got a gigantic army. He need a lot of economical damage to Armin. Like, the DTs are just a matter of style. He doesn't need them for a comeback. He doesn't even need them at all. He's gonna can win the game with zealots at this point.
So Chad is catching up on our previous conversation. And Emu Pop is in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Look, we're not confirming or denying any allegations based thrown at Emu Farmer, but
no allegations. Look,
he did get cannon rushed.
Allegation. The Immortal's like, get out of the way, let us through. God damn it, ass is so thick.
Oh my god, the Archons are hurting him so much, and now the Zealots going to the third base as well. So many probes are going down, and you can just see it in the supplies. Like Armin, Magnath, he can just move out across the map. Just go for it.
Doesn't even need to.
He's
winning the game with Zealots. Is it? Wait, are those DTs? Yeah, those are DTs sneaking in.
Oh.
There's no detection for Armin. If this isn't going to GG the game, then yeah, I think this is going to be the final nail in the coffin here. He's got DTs. Of course, he's got DTs. Oh, the main army is going to get caught out here. It's going to be.
They meet each other.
Oh, God. Actually, Armin is taking the better engagement here, but does he have enough?
Armin, he does have a lot of Immortals with this army, so maybe he can push through. It looks like, this is too much.
Is in favor of Magnath.
Yeah.
It seems like it was going to go well for Armin, but yeah, it just was enough. GG is called, and Magnath evens up the score. We have ourselves a sideways 1-1 in this best of 5 final match of today's Sea Duckling Open, the number 81. All right, I'm switching server. See, it takes me a while, okay? It's something that it takes a while to get to the
Oh.
EverDream is going to be the next map.
Okay.
See, we're seeing the oldie goldie maps. We still haven't seen Golden Wall, but maybe in this series we will.
I feel like
I'm assuming neither player wants to be on that map.
I assume that Armin's the kind of player who would like Golden Wall.
Not against another cannon rusher. This is like a gentleman's agreement not to go there.
So here's my question to you: is Armin going to cannon rush 3 games in a row?
The answer is yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Your Honor,
testing your knowledge.
Your Honor, my name is Steelmold, and the answer to your question is yes.
Will we have a game in this series where they cannon rush each other?
The answer, Your Honor, is very likely yes.
Game 1 doesn't count because Magnath didn't go Forge first. He went like Gateway Forge. Like that's like
that wasn't cannon rush. That was a cannon meander. That was a cannon cannon crawl, cannon walk.
yeah. That was, he just wasn't very committed to that canon relationship. It's just didn't work out.
Right. It's Papa Panda in chat. Otherwise known as Papa Pand4. Not sure why. Or Papa and 4. A plus move is strong. All right, everyone. Welcome to EverDream. And if you've ever dreamed, then you know what I'm talking about. Light, did you ever dream? Excellent. In the southwest corner of the map. Took too long. It took too long.
I was taking a dream.
Representing Platinum Heroes, it is our Pink Protoss, currently sideways +1 in the series. Give it up for Magnath.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of EverDream LE. And Steel,
What?
have you ever?
Yes.
And we have, representing Australia, as well as himself, as he is teamless, it is Armin.
Did you intend to ask me if I ever had a dream? Because you stopped somewhere in the middle of the sentence. I know. I thought you stopped because you saw the cannon rush that was coming up. The cannon versus cannon rush, with the two forges being made. There's a gas still on the
it's happening
on the northeast corner of the map.
We even called it. We were talking about it. We were talking about, are we going to see these two cannon rush each other?
Light, was this your dream?
I was about to say that.
Are we in a dream right now?
As I was taking a drink,
I was anything on the stream and I get in trouble.
I was legitimately about to say I dream of two Protoss players cannon rushing each other. That was actually what I was gonna say.
And then I would have been granted. See, this is your wish. I'm a genie. Oh, Armin is going for Nexus as brazen.
Interesting. So even though they did go Forge first, and they did send out probes to scout each other, I guess we're not going to see any cannons.
Fuck this, I'm out.
That's actually what happened. They both opened up Forge first, they both sent probes across the map, and because they saw what the other player was doing, they opted not to cannon each other.
Yeah, I'm going to guess the rest of this game leaning back away from the microphone. I don't care.
Oh my god.
They took the will to... We were finally going to see it happen, but it didn't.
They were so close as well. Like they had the opener, they had the Forge first.
It's like they both draw their guns and they were like, and then they both decide like, okay, no. And they slowly put their guns back down. It's like, all right, let's have a gentleman's game here. I say gentleman. It's Protoss, you know.
as gentlemanly as Protoss can be.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about this. Magnath is from Egypt, right? Do you think from his perspective, like, the Protoss are like the Terran, right? Because he's looking outside his window and that's pyramids, because like that's for him what human buildings looks like. Right? So he actually picked like the human race from his perspective. Right?
I don't know if that's...
Maybe he thinks that he's playing Terran.
Maybe. You know, maybe he's repping his people right now with the pyramids. Is that insensitive to say? I don't know. But
nah.
we
it's wholesome cultural banter. It's fine. Relax, okay?
To be fair, I don't know if you've seen
pyramids. They're kind of famous for it. It's fine.
Sure, why not?
Stop with the sensitivity. No one was diminishing anybody. It's fine.
Sure. I was about to say that I don't know if you've seen the latest war chest. I don't track with these things. No. The latest war chest Protoss skins have the pyramids more like Aztec-y pyramids. So it's like very like Latin American. And Yoda and I were like,
that's racist.
Yeah. Yoda and I were really appreciating like a bunch of the Latin American Protosses using it. It was like, oh, it's fitting, it's cool.
All right, so we have two proxy stargates here. Not stargates, warp gateways. Gate thingies. What make gateway units being proxy here? Gates.
Yeah,
gates could be stargates as well.
That's true. God damn it.
Come on. You're talking to an experienced confuser here. I know.
Hold on. Why is it a robo bay or robotics facility and not a robo gate?
Because it's not
still being warped in. It's still being warped in though, right?
I think they're just warping in the parts and then assembling it on site. That's why they can't warp it everywhere.
Is that canon? We need someone to verify.
I don't know. Maybe the robotics units just don't have the ability to warp in because they're not part of the Kala. They have their own thing because it's a very mystical thing. Like they need like in Dune they need the navigator to navigate the location. They have to be a living Protoss. That doesn't explain sentries though, so I don't know. Anyway, Magnath is pushing in. Great use of the force fields, separating Armin's forces, but Armin does have the batteries here. Well, had the battery. Let's see if it survives long enough to actually keep him alive. One of the immortal goes down. A second immortal will go down as well. But zealots are coming in as reinforcements. Where are the reinforcements from Magnath? He does have the warp prism here, but no warp pins. And it looks like Armin will clean it up.
Yeah, Armin with 3 defensive immortals to the 1 offensive immortals from Magnath. Like, there was just too much damage there. I mean, I did like the force fields. The force fields made it so that all 3 immortals, they couldn't attack at once because they were forced back. And he even focused down the shield battery that was overcharged. But in the end, there was just too much there for Armin.
They were even force fielded back, you might say. Get it? He said they were forced back with force fields, so they were force fielded back. You get it? Did you get it?
Can someone please?
Maybe there's a cultural barrier.
Can someone in the chat?
You volunteered for this. You volunteered for this.
Can someone group, please? That'd be great. Can I tag out?
Yeah, I'd like to remind the two of you that the two of you recruited me for this. Like, I volunteered to cast the very first live SDO stream, and you agreed to it.
Look. We agreed to Khajiit's stream. Okay, that's what we agreed to. Okay, we saw a Skyrim cat. We wanted the Skyrim cat.
Maybe Push of You does not play by your rules. Speaking of not playing by your rules, Magnath is just sending adepts with claves.
My god, Armin,
the defense two in each mineral line, and they just kill everything. There's no response by Armin. He's just moving forward. He's going all in. I don't know if he has enough. The shield batteries. Oh, there were shield batteries. Every time I said those shield battery, it dies. But does have the warp prism, so he can reinforce with the resources that he has. He does have a bank, quite a good bank. He can still warp in more units, and it looks like he's actually breaking Magnath. He made the right choice. Instead of defending at home, he pushes forward.
He meant to lose 42 workers. It was all part of the plan.
Force fields the ramp so the adepts can't get in range of the immortal. And yeah, he's going to get the natural base here. Magnath still has an economy in the main base. If he can hold the main base, he's in good position, but can he do that? He only has adepts here.
With 3 Archons and 2 Immortals, Armin, he just pushes up the ramp. He goes into the main base. What is here? Just gateway units? Oh, God.
0 economy, but he still has a bank. He can warp things in. And I don't know, maybe the production... No, the production is still powered. The adepts at the other side of the map, they killed all the probes, but they can't kill buildings fast enough. This is a weird base trade.
It is.
It gets it. It even gets the detection. It doesn't get the +2 weapons.
Imagine if he had got the detection there, because there is.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Armin wins anyway. With one of the a great decision making here by Armin to completely ignore the defense at home and just keep on pushing forward.
GG. And I love what Magnath was doing, because in the end, like, he was purposely focusing down that pylon, but once he knew that the like if there wasn't an observer, if there wasn't detection, then those DTs could have won in the game, but
right, I need to switch servers. Remember that? See? Doing Central European. Magnath is saying, wish I focused that pylon earlier. Yeah, but, you know, to be fair, that would not have been enough.
It would have given him another chance to win the game, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, Armin was already killing the main base of Magnath, and Armin still had a bank. You could have traded these 2 bases and still gotten another Nexus. He had enough money for another Nexus.
That's if he had a probe, though. I don't know if he... That's something I'm not sure.
He still had 2 standing next side. It's fine. It's not... Submarine is going to be our next map. Going into game number 4 between these players. This is a pretty good PvP so far, we're seeing. A bit cheeky, but we're not, even then, like, it's not super one-sided.
Yeah, there were definitely opportunities for both players. And again, like, I think the biggest weakness we're seeing from Armin is kind of his base defense. I think multiple times we've seen like cans full of like a War Prism get in, or just like Adept shade in, and he's really struggled with that this series. We'll see if maybe Magnath recognizes that. We'll see more of that, or like it's again, it's kind of difficult to get Armin in that position though, because he's been playing it pretty defensively whenever his aggression doesn't work.
Yeah, all right, both the players are ready. Let's get to it. Boop. 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 So Armin is on match point here. Now confirm this, because I said it before and I'm not sure. Armin, this is their first appearance in the tournament, right?
Yes.
So we might have a Royal Roader here.
We could, and I did mention it earlier. There's something about these Aussie Protosses. You know, Armin, he's following in Starduck's footsteps.
As opposed to what? All the North American Protoss, like Reality, like Xenodactyl? What are you talking about? As opposed to what?
I'm trying to think, are there any macro Protosses? I don't...
Oh, there are. I mean, Salavans is pretty macro Protoss. He doesn't cheese all that much.
Yeah.
Not as much as like those. And Starduck sometimes macros. Is a Schrodinger's Protoss. You know, as long as you don't observe him, you either macros or brushes. It's it's only when you observe him that it's decided which one is going to be. Anyway, we are on LA Submarine, where we all live on LA Submarine. We're in the southeast corner of the map, all the way from the land of Australia. Currently teamless. up 2-1 in this best of 3 final match of today's Sea Duckling Open, the number 81 on match point to be a Royal Roader in our tournament. Give it up for Armin.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Submarine LE, we have the Egyptian Protoss player representing Platinum Heroes. It is Magnath.
So as Magnath was realizing in chat, Armin had too much in the previous game. At the last base trade there, you know, when you trade a Protoss army with Immortals and Archons and a Warp Prism and a bank for Adepts, you know, the big Protoss army will kill a base faster. Doesn't matter what you do.
The Archons and the Immortals do chunk through buildings a lot faster than gateway units, which is all that people could have had.
Yeah, and also, like we said, Armin still had a pretty big bank. He had 600 minerals. That's enough to build a probe in a Nexus. And he still had two Nexi that weren't damaged. So there's a lot of comeback potential in an apocalyptic base trade situation. And Armin going straight for a Stargate. Pretty quickly.
Yeah. I do like this just because it's, you know, he's got some variety in him. You know, he isn't just going for these cannon rushes every game, which I think this is the first time we're not seeing a Forge First out of him. So yeah, I do like that he's spicing things up.
Maybe he can get a second Nexus, I don't know.
Oh, he's doing it! He's crazy!
What a madman. What a mad lad. Look at the timing. They have similar timings as well. Yeah, but it's going to be tricky. It's a Stargate you don't expect. All right, Magnath is going to go with a hallucinated Phoenix.
Yeah, I love
that.
He's on top of his scouting. He went for a sentry first.
Okay, there it is. Sees it. And the Phoenix being warped in.
He does spot everything there is to see. Sees the Stargate, so he knows what opener. So he should be preparing for this defensively. Like, I imagine he will have Stalkers in his mineral lines just in case. Yeah, maybe even getting Blink. We'll see.
Magnath is hiding a probe in the 12 o'clock position. I was talking about earlier that I'm not good at saying directions, like clock directions, because, you know, I've been using digital clocks since I was a kid. I've never really used the analog clocks, so
I'm
not. And I know how to use them, but it's just that I don't see it as fast as other people who've been using them all their lives. Because other people just glance at the clock and see, oh, it's a clock. And now I'm like, well, the small arm is on this number and the long arm is on that number. Okay, so okay, that's it. It takes me like a few seconds to think about it.
I'm just shocked that Steelmold of all people isn't, you know, he's. I'm
not as old as you think I am.
Back in my day, we didn't have these fancy digital clocks. We had sticks. We had a sundial. We looked at the sun to tell the time. And when it was dark, we had no idea.
My first watch was a digital watch, and it was the shit. It was so awesome. You felt like you were like a cyborg with a digital watch on your hand. It was amazing.
Fun fact, I still have an analog clock in the house. Like, we still have analog clocks here. It's like, yeah.
Oh, so I had an analog clock on my, like a combination watch, like one of these big stuff, you know, big ones. The one I used in the army, like one of those robust. I don't remember the name of the company, like one of those diving watches. Which has, you know, both analog and digital, but I didn't use the analog. It's a digital number. It says the number right there. What the fuck would I waste my time trying to look at the fucking dials? They're tiny. They're just like, Look at the fucking one, and the digital area has a like a light to it, so you can, even at night you can just turn on the light and see the time. You know, like so much easier. I don't know. Like,
it's an interesting thing to think about. That eventually, like probably, I mean, I imagine Yaku's never seen an analog clock in his life, right? Like
I don't know if he saw a clock in his life.
We're getting to the next generation.
His generation uses cell phones as their clocks.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck is this, a wristwatch?
Eventually, you're gonna say 12 o'clock position, and no one's gonna know what you're on about. They're like, what? What?
Like, what? It's position? That's time. What are you talking about, Grandpa? Oh, it's like a green o'clock. What are we seeing? Carriers. Armin has been racing up the Stargate tech while we were talking about time. 7-minute carrier, 2 carriers, double carrier production.
Like, the reason why I was okay with just talking about it is because this game has been pretty passive. Like, obviously, there was a Stargate opener. The pieces didn't really do much. They got defended. Magnath, he kept scouting. He's going up to 3 bases, and we do have a huge gateway explosion. But as you were pointing out, Armin, he is being a little bit cheeky. He's being really greedy with his tech. He's going straight into carriers, and we'll see if he can get away with this. We'll see how many carriers he can get before the big push from Magnath, because we did see all those gateways being turned down. I imagine he's going to want to push pretty soon.
I mean, here's the thing, Magnath got charged, so I'm assuming he's going to warp in a lot of zealots, which don't do too well against carriers.
It's true, zealots they don't shoot up.
It does get a lot of Archons, which can deal with interceptors. I don't. It's not a lot of anti-air on Magnath's side, and he doesn't know about. It's just surprising because he knows about the Stargate tech. It's not like
I'm really curious.
What? Now he sees the carriers. Oh, you're cutting out. Like.
Yep. I noticed. But he does see the carriers being morphed in. Does see the carrier count as well. So now it's on Magnath to adjust his composition and try and counter these carriers.
Or just make more zealots. I don't know. Maybe more zealots is the answer. He's got 10 gateways.
Like that is what if a Zerg player sees that their opponent's going Spire and going Mutas, sometimes you just Link Flood, and the Mutas just aren't enough to deal with all the Links everywhere. It could be a similar concept where there are just too many zealots for
carriers. There's Void Rays as well.
This is a lot. This is a lot of DPS.
There are shield batteries and cannons. But he's multi-pronging.
Yeah.
Pulling the army into one direction. Got zealots in the main, zealots in the natural. They are doing damage. And Armin chooses to focus his defenses on this beefy army here.
Oh, look how many workers went down.
Yeah, just the zealots.
Exactly, and I was talking about this earlier. Like, when it comes to Armin, we've just seen, like, you do not want to be a probe in Armin's army. Like, this is a death sentence.
I wonder if it just split one carrier for each base. Park a carrier over a nexus, and that would be enough to deal with the zealots. I mean, you'll use some hopes, but it's with this cleaned out. And right now he's losing a lot of interceptors just to the Archons. Yeah,
and because he's lost so many workers, he's starting to hurt when it comes to minerals.
Yeah, but he didn't lose any of the carriers, which is the important bit.
Yeah, I think the only issue right now is that Magnath, he only recently started Blink. I would have hoped that he started it earlier, so eventually he will have that to do with the carriers, but I don't know, Blink Stalkers aren't ideal. You're going to lose a lot. I like the concept, you have a huge ground army, you blink onto the carriers, but yeah, you need a lot to do that.
Yeah, but I like the move from Magnath. This is exactly what he needed to do. Alright, I have a bunch of zealots. I can't shoot the carriers. Let's just ignore them, split the round, and hope that he concentrates on my army. And look, he's losing a lot of interceptors every time he focuses these Archons. And, these do cost resources. They take time to rebuild.
Yeah, Magnath, he's trading well, but we're getting to the point where Armin, he's pushing out across the map. The carriers are now more than halfway across the map. Sure, these zealots, they could kill the Zealots could kill the entire base for all we care. Like, what's gonna stop the carriers?
There's a lot of Archons here. Oh, if he's not paying attention, he's getting dangerously close to them. He's bouncing underneath the carriers. But there are Void Rays. The Void Rays do so much damage.
Yeah, all the Archons go down.
If the Void Rays weren't there, I'd give this fight to Magnath, but the Void Rays just, yeah, they won't allow anything near these carriers.
And the carriers, what's gonna stop them? Like, I don't think there's too much here. There's only a handful of stalkers, and there's definitely not enough to start focusing to start target firing these down. And sure, like all these workers and the base of Armin is falling to the Zealots, but he doesn't care. Like,
and this is pretty much what we saw in the previous game. Armin, like, well, again, want to lose everything at all? Fine, we just kill you.
you can have it. You can have my base. I'll have yours. It's fine.
Magnath has taken a base, the base on fourth base.
Yeah.
Third base. I don't know. He's recalling probes there. But remember, Armin still has his third base, and it is mining. Now sending Magnath is sending Zealots there, but there are cannons to defend in this one.
Yeah, I do like that Magnath is going for the base trade instead. I think this is the better option.
But he's recalling all of the army. Yep, he's going to defend his one mining base here. He did leave some units on the other side to clean up the porter's base on this side.
Yeah, I do think this is maybe better for Magnath, because if Magnath went home, like, the army is now segmented, he has enough anti-air to deal with the small number of carriers in the main base.
He keeps attacking this fresh mining base. Oh, it depowers the shield batteries.
And he didn't lose anything for it either, which is the important part. Oh, he goes for it!
He focuses on top of the army. Do a lot of damage. He focuses on the carriers. I think the Void Rays will be able to clean this up if they don't focus. Okay, now he focuses the Void Rays because the more dangerous thing to the Stalkers here. Actually, he's a lot of Armin's army, but it still has 4 carriers left in total. Yeah, 4 carriers and 1 Void Ray. And has the better economy at the moment. He kept his third base. Kept it safe, relatively safe. Now it's somewhat repowered. Magnath's main base is almost completely destroyed.
Yeah, I like Magnath's move. Like, I do think it was good for him to trade like that, but he just doesn't have the economy. He doesn't have the production.
Into this base. This is 5 Stalkers. I don't think that's enough against all these carriers and the Void Ray.
And I think
it's depowered. I think Armin did it. GG, well played. Congrats. GG. Yeah. There you have it. Armin takes the final match 3-1 against Magnath and is our brand new Royal Roader Sea Duckling Open champion. Nicely done.
GG, well played, Armin. He walks the royal road. He takes his first SDO championship off of the back of a bunch of cheese. It was beautiful to see. It was great.
Yeah. Very, very dangerous cheese. Like these last 2 games, it took some incredibly risky moves against Magnath. Yeah, it's a few micro mistakes there, and Magnath would have taken both these games, I think.
Yeah, Magnath, I think he played that up pretty well. I do think that we were mentioning the hallucination scout where he saw the carriers warping in and he got a glimpse of one of the carriers in the natural. I think maybe he wasn't watching because he moved out, but again, like, I do think that if he started with the anti-air response a little bit sooner, like, if he I like that he went for the Zealot harass, like, if he still did that, but he also was transitioning at the same time, I think that would have been a little bit better. Like, in the end, there wasn't really an answer to the carriers.
Yeah. So no, that was a lot of fun. That's a PvP that I think I don't think we saw the same build or the same build against the same build even once. Like, yeah, they both variated enough that it wasn't samey.
I think the closest was we saw the same opener on, I think it was Everdream, where they both went Forge, but they didn't cannon rush each other.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. Whether they both intended to go cannon rush, or they both tried to like pretend to cannon rush.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm gonna cannon rush you. No, not nice. Yeah, but there you have it. Another Sea Duckling Open tournament is over. Nicely done. Well, saw some nice games today. I even survived it. Thank you for joining me for the last few series, the plural of series. Thank you, Kuro, for joining us for the casting here. Not that you had a choice, because group plays. Thank you for the players for playing. I would like to remind you that we have a Patreon page. !Patreon will send you there, where you can support all of our many endeavors. And if you subscribe for with a $5 subscription or more, you get access to us to replay packs from the many tournaments we cast. Some of them are pretty high level pro player tournaments, like Grand Platypus Open and the ESL fueled by Dare, ESL ANZ. I don't know, whatever that tournament is called, the one with the coffee. It's written differently in every page of the ESL thing. I don't know, I can't keep up with it.
It is.
It's not my fault. Hashtag not my fault. Congratulations to Armin again. We are going to have, what do we have tonight? We have the Laspira.
In around 9-ish hours, we will be live with NA Apprentice Cup number 12, I believe. As, of course, we do alternate. 1 week we have NA Apprentice Cup, the other week we have Sentimiento Latino. So, yes, we'll be live with that. And in 2 days, we'll be live with Battle of the Americas. So, yeah, I will be casting that with Yoda Slim. Of course, normally we do have GPO over the weekend, but because of DreamHack, we will not be having GPO this weekend.
Yeah, so we're going to have a nice Saturday morning. It's morning here of GSL, and then
DreamHack.
And then an entire day with DreamHack. Should be going to be StarCrafted out by the end of the day. Stick around. We are going to raid some StarCraft related channel. So stay here. Give them the numbers. Be kind. And show some ducks if you have them. And if you don't, subscribe to the channel. You get some ducks to throw around. The Zook original emote. Our little duckling, the cute duckling there. And with that, we shall leave you with some... what ASMR should we do?
Some cannons.
Cannons. Cannon ASMR. I think we did that last week. Let's do it again.
We do it every week. It's fine.
All right. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the game. Play the game. Be good at it. I won't, because I hate it and it's stupid and I don't get why people play it. You're weird. I don't get you. So get good and prosper. And goodbye.